So I have started recording. Hey everybody! So here's the thing. I've just been informed that the last time we had an episode was in April, and the good news is we have interacted since then because these guys are some of my best friends, and if we hadn't interacted since then, I would have just collapsed into the saddest little loaf. But we're back! But also, I forgot to put the oh my god, it's not just one episode, it's 2 episodes, because I probably forgot to put up Beach Vacation. I didn't put up the previous episode, so if you're tuning in, none of this will apply, because I will already have uploaded all the other episodes, but I feel bad about it, so I'm saying it anyway.
You're putting yourself on blast unnecessarily.
Yeah, stop it. We love you.
No, I have to put myself on blast, otherwise I'll hubris.
No.
Would you want, if we were running this thing, would you want us to put ourselves on blast?
Well, no, but... Okay, I'm a wonderful human being who's been
yes!
a lot, and I
yes!
you guys who really, really support me very much.
Yeah!
Yes!
To die. I missed you so bad.
Same.
Okay, so what that means is even though the title card still says Thrilling Stuff Arc 1, we're doing another one-shot. So
Yeah.
Now that I have once again made the intro just unnecessarily long, it's my thing. It's my brand, you know. You understand, reblog.
My brand.
Oh my stars. Will my lovely players please introduce themselves, and we'll talk about which characters you're gonna play after, because I also forgot to coordinate that with you guys.
Yeah, no problem. Hi, I'm Breaks.
Hi, Breaks.
Hello. I'm here today to make the confession and get it off my chest, because the first part of fixing a problem is admitting that you have one.
Uh-huh.
So I admit that I am addicted to role-playing.
It's okay. It's okay. This is a safe place here.
Thank you.
That's what we're here for. We're all here for each other, and we're gonna be great. And we're not going to backslide, guys. We're definitely not about to play a role-playing game. Next.
Oh man, Breaks, thank you for sharing that. That gives me the bravery to come out and say, hello, my name is Fable, and I also have a serious role-playing addiction.
Hi, Fable.
Hi, Fable.
And you know what? It makes me feel a lot stronger being here among you all today.
It's a lot to admit. It's a lot to take in, so we really appreciate you saying that.
You're so brave.
Alright, who's next?
Hi, I'm Hex.
Hi,
Hex. It's been 1 week since my last role-playing adventure.
Oh, you know what? It's never too late to start, going through therapy. I appreciate you being here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's like they say, step forward, 2 steps back. We all been there.
We all been there.
Yeah, we all have been here. This is, again, Hex, this is just a safe place. We appreciate you admitting it. Alright, we have a couple more people in our small group today. Who else wants to introduce themselves?
Hi, my name's Kraken.
Hi, Kraken.
I would like to thank everyone here for the very welcoming atmosphere. It helps to have people go first to admit these things, so I don't have to do it first. But I'm addicted to role-playing and tabletop games. I may also have a problem with putting my characters in horrible situations.
Admitting it is the first
No judgment.
steps to change.
You know, it helps to get that off my chest. I think I can move forward.
We'll be right there with you.
Yeah, we'll hold your hand every step of the way, don't you worry.
You're all my new best friends.
New best friends? Excuse me? I was not your best friend before?
Oh shit.
No comment!
Whoa. Hey, let's take a breath. Let's take a breath.
I know, emotions.
Emotions are high, never easy, but we'll get through this.
We're willing to wait, my friend.
Hi. I'm Uni. I was a bit uninformed. I think I got the wrong room. I thought this was like a cool place where we could play games together. I think I should go.
Oh, honey, listen.
We've got a runner! We got a runner! Tackle her!
Now, no force, guys. But
Oh.
I think you should stay.
Oh,
I think
well,
we could really, all work together for something, really healing. Because role-playing games really lure you in with the idea that you can just spend so much time with your friends doing something completely innocent. But then Satan comes in, and we all know how that goes. The Devil's Sacrament does invite itself in when you play role-playing games. All those people who stop kids from spending a perfectly normal time with each other, rolling dice and actually cooperating and learning how to socially engage, they were right. Satan is there. And we don't have to worry because he's not here. Fools! You fools! I was here You guys are such a delight.
There are tears in my eyes.
Please don't die.
God.
Yes, we're here to play role-playing games. You're in the right place. Sit down.
Yeah.
We're all about to have a collective relapse, and it's going to be so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
So
Because we're
satisfying,
gonna do
man.
it together.
Yes!
Isn't it all about togetherness rather than recovery? No. Yes, it is.
I got 2 new sets of dice, guys. Come take a look at these bad boys.
Oh my fucking
yeah.
god! I must see them. Have you bit them yet?
No, I was waiting. I wanted to, get the first bite in with company.
Damn.
I think we should all bite our math rocks together because there's absolutely no way it will open any portals with our saliva.
Yeah, like, Satan's already here. He's me. So, hey guys, secretly, I'm pretty chill. So
Wow, the Satanists were right.
Yeah.
I just test rolled both dice, and I got 5s on both. It's gonna be a good day.
Oh,
Yeah!
It's a good day. All right. So, the setting, real quick, before once again I let you guys choose your characters because I did forget to go over that. We have our kids going on a field trip, and nothing could go wrong. 5 seconds later, oh my god, it all went wrong! Therefore, very likely you guys will be playing your kids. However, if you can make me an argument, you can absolutely play another character. And Uni in specific, if you would like to primarily play Jillian, I will absolutely make sure I've already got an idea of why lined up, and I've already got an idea of how Mason is entertained even though he's also on the field trip lined up.
Okay.
I will admit the idea of Jillian interacting with an entire classroom full of unruly children
Yes.
has an appeal.
Yes.
Nothing could go wrong with that.
Yes.
Jillian
Nothing
loves
can go
children,
wrong.
surely.
I look back at Jillian's opinions on children that have been shared. Yeah, nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, nothing at all.
Nothing could possibly. She loves kids. Kids are great. She loves how small and underdeveloped they are.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah. It's
There's a
something-
real
so
mother's
good.
instinct
Capable
in
of
Jillian's
making
soul.
intelligent decisions.
Speaking of
Alright.
intelligent decisions, I don't believe I have my dice with me. I'm gonna be right back.
Go for it.
Well,
Yeah, I just actually
You can
took mine
still.
out.
Oh, fuck! I
Do we
forgot.
still have our? We
We
don't.
could probably still roll.
Oh, can we?
Oh, we've got Aubrey, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, should be.
Haha! Yes.
Okay, awesome.
The support
Never mind then.
are 2d6, and then
Okay.
plus or minus if you've got any plus or minus.
Okay. Well then, I'm all set.
Anybody who somehow does not know, DiceBot in Discord, they sometimes work and they sometimes don't, and one of the more popular ones died, so it's always a toss-up if this one's gonna work or not. Avery so far has been pretty chill. Pretty chill. Pats Avery on the head.
So far.
We're watching you. Like, another DiceBot somehow got into, like, Bitcoin, and we all had to go, oh my fucking god, and uninstall it.
Like, it's not.
Get out back and shot it.
Yeah, you know. As you do. You know how it is with spaghetti. Alright. Does anybody have a particular whim or excuse for wanting to play an adult, or Uni only want to play Mason?
I would love to play Uni.
Wouldn't we all? But unfortunately, Uni's here, so you can't.
Identity theft is a crime, Kraken.
It harms no
PF
one.
is so cringe.
Yeah, but do you want to be cringe? I don't think you want to be cringe.
Cringe is the mind killer.
It's going in my cringe compilation. I'm just saying.
Damn.
You can't kill me in a way that matters. You can't shame me.
You wouldn't download a uni.
I would download a Uni in an instant. Let me be very clear. If I could have a Uni in my house right now, I would break so many fucking laws to make it happen.
Oh god, it's a me Digimon AU.
Don't tempt me.
Unimon.
Don't tempt me.
Unimon.
Don't tempt me. I've already made a Digimon AU with 2 other friends who are absolutely not into Digimon. So, don't fucking tempt me.
Tap, 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 tap.
Imagine how great it would be with someone who does love Digimon.
Oh god, no, please. No. It turns into a Digimon. Anyway, we're spending a lot of time.
Yeah, I think with my energy level today, I think Mason is more where I'm at than Jillian.
That is
Nice.
A-okay with me. Alright. Does anybody... Do we want to have a kid crew? Do we want to have any adult supervision?
No supervision.
No supervision.
No supervision.
Anarchy.
Unless.
I'm like so tempted to be Joe.
What?
Oh
with
my
the-
god.
Joe, famed for his
Joe.
responsibility.
Someone's got to drive them.
Well,
The
that's
school
thing,
bus
it's
breaks
a
down.
It's a field trip. Oh
It's a
god.
trip.
Oh god, but you do put a good point. Okay, Fable, do you want to be Joe?
Can Joe be the bus driver?
Oh my god.
Yes.
It's a new gig trying out. By the end of this, Joe may be fired.
Yeah. He's just trying to find some work. Maybe long term, maybe not. Depends on how this goes.
Joe, I need you to know that this is a probationary period, and you continuing to even theoretically have continue to have employment on a bus driver as a bus driver does hinge on this field trip not visibly having any driving errors.
Got it.
And I will make you roll for that shit.
Got it.
Incredible.
We
Perfect.
have our cast, folks. Everybody into the bus. Woo woo!
It was Terry from the grade below, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Terry's
That's part
in
of
the
why
grade
it's so
below.
perfect. She's not here because she's back at school because she's 1 grade below, and she's very sad. But y'all did promise to get souvenirs. Yes, even if they're way too expensive. Well,
Harry,
everybody except Mason promised to get souvenirs even if they're really expensive. Mason was like, yeah, let's get souvenirs. And then immediately remembers the sort of like cost, supply and demand, and that souvenirs are always more expensive. So he was the one that brought up that souvenirs were more expensive. And then everybody told him to shut up. It was like a whole deal.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right.
Souvenirs are invariably lower quality than what you can get at your average store.
Fair.
Naturally.
Katie immediately goes to the back of the bus.
Immediately following Tim.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got 2 in the back of the bus. Who else we got? With any shakers in this bus? Any movers? Or are we all just all clustered in the back?
Wait. Katie,
Yeah.
do you recognize that bus driver?
Connor lagging a bit behind, probably dragging Mason.
Probably. Odds are good.
Probably.
I was about to ask, like this was 5e, does Mason roll does Connor roll perception to pay attention to the bus driver? But
Yeah, the thing is, I really only make you roll if it's more important, so I'm gonna say you notice it. Like,
okay.
I've probably made you guys roll for things I really shouldn't have before, but among the things that I'm gonna be, like, doing as I continue on, just to stop the game from sort of grinding to a halt, is if you guys can reasonably do it, I probably won't make you roll for it. It's only when there's stakes added that I will add the randomness of dice.
Yeah.
Katie's smooth brain is trying to work, and then from behind both of you, you just hear a delighted shriek of Mr. Kindler?
Oh, hey. Look who it is. How's it going, man?
Shoving to the front.
Well,
Are you driving? Oh my god, you can drive?
Last I checked, yeah. Joe is just casually chilling out in the driver's seat, and he just holds out like a fist bump for the kid.
Connor looks just starstruck before reverently fist bumping. Man,
When did you work here?
Hmm?
When did you work here?
About 2 days ago. That's what happens when you apply for a job.
Figures.
Well, okay, it's what sometimes happens when you apply for a job.
Katie squinting. Wait, didn't you deliver my pizza like a week ago?
Well, that means he can drive.
Yeah, but like this is a school bus.
It's just like, what, 5 times longer?
Yeah, the pizza delivery is more of a part-time.
Huh.
I'm stretching out. I'm seeing what else there is to do in my free time.
Can you drive us to pizza?
Probably, but I'm being paid to drive you somewhere else, so probably not right now.
Okay, Connor's gonna root in pockets for a moment and quickly take assessment of what he's got. There's definitely lint. There's a nickel and 2 buttons, and he's gonna hold it out to Joe. Take us to pizza instead. I don't know what the teacher was talking about, and I don't think I'm interested.
Hey, I hear what you're saying, and he's gonna reach over and close his hands over his stuff, but save that for another day. Trust me, you'll get. We see each other enough times. Tell you what, next time we see each other, pizza's on me.
That's
But for
a
now,
big offer.
That is
For a
huge
kid,
offer.
but also even for somebody who knows Joe and knows how broke he is.
That's why Mason's just like, will you be paying for it?
This does not deter
him.
the stars in Connor's eyes. Yeah, okay, you got it. Putting back in
Cool.
pockets.
Oh my god.
All right, has the back of the bus crew become the front of the bus crew like Mason has always secretly wanted, but he knows if he says it out loud, nobody will ever sit in the front again?
Connor was originally going to follow wherever Katie went, which would invariably be the back, but now Joe Kindler is here, so even if Katie and Tim stay in the back, Connor is directly behind the driver's seat now.
I mean, like, if Katie's still sitting back there, like, Tim's like pulling her up towards the front.
Well, that's, I guess, Katie was going to continue to the back of the bus, but I guess now it's front bus.
Yeah, front bus.
Front bus.
Oh, this is what it takes.
Y'all instantly can just feel in the air. Y'all all have lost at least 2 coolness points, societally standing.
Furious.
But we're in proximity with Joe Kindler. That should neutralize it, in Connor's opinion.
In Connor's completely objective opinion, of course.
There's several kids on that bus who have no idea what's so cool about this bus driver, and then there's also the teacher who's also just like, what?
Oh no!
What happened to the other guy?
No,
Don't worry about it.
You have made an assumption. You have made the assumption that the teacher not only does not know Joe, but was Joe's teacher and has just continued on forever and ever and ever, and inevitably will only stop teaching when they collapse.
What is the teacher's opinion on former student driving the bus?
Oh no!
Hey,
Good? Bad?
hey, Joe, this is a case that I'd like for you to roll Trust Me,
Oh my god.
and that's going
God.
to determine the teacher's attitude towards you. Because throughout all of school, you've had the chance to rack up points and to lose points with teachers. This is going to be sort of the average of what at least she saw.
Got it. Oh boy. Which one is Trust Me? Okay.
Tension's killing me.
Appeal. Okay.
Yes, it sure is.
Okay. What's my appeal? Oh no. Oh no.
Also, anybody who's just tuned in, first of all, thank you for tuning in, even though this is a one-shot. But second of all, Charm has been relabeled Appeal so that every stat has a unique letter. Because
Yeah.
I can't take the fact that there's Charm and Cool.
That would be a total of, oh boy. Be a total of 3.
Oh, I think.
No.
Oh,
Joe has a negative in appeal.
Well.
my God.
Has a +2 in cool. -1 to appeal.
These are the
Fancy
choices
that.
that we make. Which means that
Oh.
when you see Ms. Bergenstein's face as she starts coming up to the bus and then stops in front of the bus doors before even getting on the bus, you remember every single thing you did to her to warrant the expression that's now on her face. And it takes you a good solid couple seconds before you blink back to reality, because there are so many scenes flashing through your head each
Oh
second.
dear.
Oh.
You were not nice to this woman. And the thing is, she was also not nice to you, which at the time you didn't really realize, but actually teachers should be able to tolerate some shenanigans from students on account of that's literally their whole job. And at first, you weren't exactly ill-intentioned.
Ow.
But then things sort of escalated. And then on her side, things sort of escalated. And then things just sort of kept escalating.
Yep.
And she does not exactly kindly shove Mason back and make sure that he's in the seat before sitting very primly on the other side, death glaring you. If looks could kill, you would have been dead before she even got on the bus.
Yeah, Joe like has a moment of just staring at her as just that recognition and all those good high school days come rushing back, and he kind of just gives her a nod as she passes and goes to sit and thinks for a moment and I could try and say something nice here, but I don't think either of us really want that. So I'm just not gonna talk, and I'm just gonna drive.
I mean, if you actually remembered your English, you could possibly remember how much an apology can affect someone's attitude, but considering you're not automatically offering me one, I can tell if you gave me one, it would be forced. So we are indeed at a standstill.
I think she's the only one who thinks it's a standstill.
Connor's watching this with wide eyes.
Mason is too. He's a little bit
Back
like, oh, geez.
Yeah, it's doing like it's the tennis watching.
The front of the bus is a wild time right now.
Yeah.
Mason,
Yeah.
we have been
the
missing
front
out
bus is
on this
boring,
drama
you
the
missed
whole
all
time.
of the drama.
Tim just leans over to Mason like, "You were totally right. I am so sorry."
Does Mason wish he was not at the front of the bus anymore?
He is very conflicted. I don't get, like, he probably doesn't like this teacher, but doesn't, like, hate her or anything, but it's just like, you can't talk like that to a teacher.
The vibes are so rancid right now.
Something bad is happening here, and he doesn't know how he can feel about it,
Spike
but he
voice.
can't miss it.
Something bad happened here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touches the floor of the bus.
Hands come away sticky and with gum.
Yep.
God.
You reached under the seat, didn't you? That was a really bad idea.
Yeah, don't do that.
That was a very gross idea.
Good.
Wipes hand on Tim Tim.
Ah, come on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, without much more fanfare, the bus does start trundling along. Let me see. Who, as a child, so far, feels like they have had their interests least touched upon? And it's understandable if you say everybody, but if there's anybody in specific who's currently a kid and feels like they haven't yet really had a lot of their kid interests touched on, speak now. Because I know we've been really focused on rocks.
I mean, Mason got a lot of focus in the last couple episodes, so.
If
And it was
anything, I'm going to say
very
the kid
good.
with the least focus might be good old Timmy.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say Tim.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Tim.
What? Yeah, hi.
Thanks for coming in. I know it's kind of weird being in third dimensional reality, but I'll only keep you here for a second.
I didn't even know this wall was here.
Yeah, I know, right? Fourth wall, really crazy. Anyway, what's your favorite subject in school that isn't gym? I know that you are really good at gym, and it might be your favorite, it might not. I'm not going to judge, but what's your favorite that isn't a physical activity? Is it maths? Is it English? Is it science? Is there a specific class that's like just really gets you going?
I like chemistry.
You like chemistry. Hey, great news. This is going to be a field trip that is all about chemistry. I think what this field trip is sort of focused on is it's very much like here's what real scientists do. So it's like one of those big.
Oh, I thought we were going to like one of those like kid-oriented like science museums. You know, where you like crawl through like a big old like upper colon or something.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's really smart, but that's also slightly too nice.
Oh.
Place.
Oh.
Riverbend Middle School is not poor, but it's definitely not rich.
Okay.
But
Also
I
in a
do
small
think-
town.
Yeah, to be fair, this is a small town. I do think you're definitely along the right lines. I think what's sort of happening is one of the sort of like local research laboratories is like doing this big thing to like sort of get people in the area interested in science. And so basically what they're doing is it is a full-on research laboratory, but they sort of shut down most operations for the day, and they're going to be going through and be like, here are the things that we have to do to keep us safe. Always wear your lab coats. Okay, let's go see what the chemists are doing. Yada, 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 yada.
Okay.
So the nice thing is it is actually relatively real world, which is not always true with field trips. Oftentimes you get really, like, talked down to, or it's like the zoo. With this, real people are doing real things, but you're probably still gonna be a little talked down to. Sorry, guys. I can't control the universe. Can control the universe, chooses not to. Anyway,
Okay,
you can go back to the bus.
Okay, is this going to cost me my soul or something?
Oh, no. Don't worry. I already have your player soul. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Wait,
it. You're back in the
why,
bus.
who?
You're back in the bus.
Tim Tim's just like sitting there like,
Connor is waving a hand in front of Tim Tim's face and has been for at least a minute.
It's like, hey, buddy, you good there?
oh
You're
man.
gonna be car sick? You have to tell us if you're gonna be car sick.
No,
Are you?
I think
did
Mom-
you sleep okay?
yeah, I'm okay. I think my mom was right about my overactive imagination.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Uh-huh. You think they'll let us keep the lab coats?
Yes.
They don't.
I
I'm
think
keeping
they
it anyway.
need those.
No, but come on,
keeping
like
it
we
anyway.
No,
we
but like they
we
can
need
spare
lab coats.
one.
Yeah.
Because
We're small,
If
relatively.
we stand on each other's shoulders, then we don't need 4 lab coats. We just need 2. It's a discount.
I mean, like lab coats are to keep you safe, right?
Yeah, double safe.
Yeah.
It's
If we keep
not-
those, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you need goggles to keep safe.
Well, they can give us goggles and lab coats.
We can get both.
Yeah, and gloves.
Yeah.
Pardon me while I really quickly research what a research lab
Proper
is like.
PPE.
You need latex or nitrile gloves.
Acrylic glasses
Yep.
or goggles.
Either or. Yeah. It
A lab
depends.
coat. Yeah.
And then usually there is some kind of protective glass between whatever you're working with and you.
Yeah.
That does not necessarily stop you from spilling the thing you're working on in your lap, but
Don't forget your high-vis vests.
you don't need those in a lab setting.
You do if you're a kid.
Yeah,
You force them to wear it so they can keep an eye on you.
Fair.
All right. So, anybody who's been in a research laboratory or who's like works in a research laboratory, I am sorry. Probably not going to be the best source of truth for this episode. So just
So valid.
This is
bear
90s,
with
like
me.
ET
Listen.
laboratory.
All of my knowledge comes from medical research labs, so it's very specified.
Let's take the children to the medical.
Please don't. There are STDs down there.
We finally made it to the hospital.
No, God, you guys will wish you made it to the hospital, but no.
Oh, fun.
I
Damn.
mean, in another unspecified time, like, Natalie's still there, presumably. But that's a whole other issue. Today, there's a
Natalie's
field trip.
on this trip. Don't worry about it.
Man, I
It's
hope they
fine.
put sodium in
It's
the
totally
water.
fine.
In order to keep her in nebulous outcome land, she's not on this trip, and you'll know the reason why when we get to this point in the timeline, because either it's because she had a cold or she'll be dead.
Yay!
Or she'll be dead. She says, having instated very carefully in the rules, there will be no NPC death even without it being expressly and specifically gone over and being narratively rewarding, and also probably just won't ever happen.
She says,
Thanks, Nathan.
Thanks, Satan.
You're welcome, kids. Let's learn about death.
Hell yeah.
Nightmare. Anyway.
So the bus trundles to a stop. And you guys tumble out, roll out, sort of flood out, choose your moniker. You guys sort of leave the bus with Miss Bergenstein shooting Joe a death glare. And you guys, there's like this sort of chain link fence. And the nice thing is this research laboratory definitely looks different from Harmonize headquarters. It's still sort of that sterile feeling, but it's only about like 2 stories. It's got like this sort of stucco that's on absolutely everything and probably shouldn't be on the outside of a building, but it sure is anyway, and it's wearing at the edges.
Oh boy.
But otherwise, it's very sort of like that sort of beige that things are on the outside, and you can already tell inside things are going to be like really white and unnatural, but sort of like in a cool way. Like, it's sort of like you're in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, that's how you know it's science-y.
Yeah.
Obviously, again, everything is so completely clean, and all stuff is, like, put away, and it's basically, Mason's dream, I was gonna say dream house, but no, it's Mason's dream period. He would like for everything to look like this, probably.
Honestly, yes.
But
Oh, Nathan.
y'all all trundle out and are moving towards the building. And let me see, what can I do to you guys?
You can do anything you want.
I know, it's a lot of power. No one man should have all that power, and yet.
And yet.
Alright, Joe is parking the bus, which means I can't yet spring what I plan to spring, but that's okay. Let me see. So, all of you guys are sort of tumbling out, and your school is big enough that there's sort of like 2 groups within each class, pretty much always. And there's like one group goes to a field trip, the other group stays back, and then they flip-flop basically the next day, because otherwise nobody would be able to keep things in mind anymore. So you all were really lucky that this time you got to stay in one group, because y'all have been split up based on the groups before. And it's not a guarantee next time, even, that you will be in the same group. But this is basically like the dream team, because you guys are all friends. Let me see, who else is on this phase? I think there's a couple of kids, like 3 kids that are more quiet and have basically never really interacted with you before. There's someone on the wrestling team that Tim is on who doesn't really like Tim, but has stopped making it a problem mostly. And it's definitely not because Tim has finally flattened him enough times that he's like, okay, I can't actually just knock this guy's block out.
Is this guy one of the reasons why Tim took up wrestling?
Yes.
Excellent.
So it's really, really great that he's finally gotten to the place that he stopped hassling Tim. It was like sort of the big moment for Tim, even though for this guy it was just another Tuesday.
Yep.
No, but like this was the moment that Tim like finally got, okay, this is working. This is not just me trying something and inevitably getting beaten down yet again.
Mm-hmm.
It's effective. It's doing something.
Yeah. Nice thing is that the kid had been just coasting through wrestling and is now actually putting more effort into becoming better.
I know.
Everybody
It's
improves.
coming up, Tintin.
Everything's coming
Hey.
up, Tim. Let me see. That's like 3, 5. That's 9.
Nathan filling out the red shirt quota.
No! Maybe. No! I would never! Would I?
Huh?
I think there's one other kid that sort of like got the emo thing going on early. Like, for most people, you don't really get to it in until high school, but this kid has like really cool parents, so their hair is dyed
It's me.
black. It's a lot. It's like swooped over an eye. It's very much like socially appropriate kid wear in the emo style, but they've got like the long sleeves and then the short sleeves over it.
Oh yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just for fun, I don't think you guys know their gender. They have one. There's definitely
Presumably.
one like written in the school book. Y'all, they went so emo so fast. Y'all have completely forgotten what pronouns they might have gone with before, aside from they. So y'all are just rolling with it.
Hey.
Arrived back from summer vacation, and who is this?
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they
The
have
teachers are also inconsistent with it, which doesn't help.
and they have like a very ambiguous name, like Alex or Aaron.
Dakota.
Dakota.
Dakota's good.
Wonderful.
That's definitely not just because I love the name Dakota.
Dakota's a very good name.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Sweet. All right. I have to make notes for myself every time I introduce a new NPC because eventually I'm going to round out the place enough that I will go like several episodes without adding a new NPC, and on that day it's going to be fucking amazing. Not yet, but someday.
Yeah.
So, you guys are sort of ambling in, Mrs. Bergenstein really sort of, is already, like, doing the sort of shepherding thing that Joe hated that she did every single fucking time they were on a school field trip. So she's in full form. And Joe, here's... You see the bus, the hood of the bus that the hood of the bus that has to come back in pristine condition for you to even be considered for continuing this job, which is really near the kids and honestly would be pretty kind of convenient and honestly would be kind of steady work. You see it rattling. What do you do?
I assume I'm parked at this point.
Oh yeah. You're right now in the parking lot. If you tried to see the kids, you could find them, but they're not easily visible, and the hood is rattling.
Hood is rattling. That's not good. Okay. Well, he's gonna go. He's gonna pop the hood and see what's causing it real quick.
Alrighty.
Because the bus, he's parked the bus. He's turned off the bus, so that either means a raccoon has snuck into the damn thing, which has happened in different vehicles he has driven in this town. And he would not be surprised if it is a raccoon. God, please don't be a raccoon.
Would you please roll sharp for me to investigate a mystery?
Yeah.
It is a small mystery for now. But it's a mystery nonetheless.
That's not much better.
Surprise, it's Terry.
Ta-da!
I'm not. Man, my test roll was really good. I don't know what's happening. That's a 6.
You used them all up.
Damn.
I only rolled them once to test.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
It's gone now.
Do a few more test rolls, but yeah, I rolled a 6.
We love a 6 because that
I just did another test roll and I rolled 2 5s again. What the fuck?
So next time roll a test roll and then roll the
Playing
roll.
with you.
I'll let you do it. But only once.
Yeah, let's say they're all test rolls. For now.
So, you rolled a 6, which means that you failed. So don't forget, mark a point of experience. But on a miss, you reveal some information to the monster or whomever you're talking to. So, you open up the hood, and you sort of like look around. There's definitely car parts here. I don't remember. Were you at least at some point part mechanic?
Yeah, he did a few odd jobs in a mechanic shop.
All right, so you know the parts better than most, but it's still like nothing.
Yeah, he's not
wrong.
professional.
There's not there. It's not overheating. It's not like got anything leaking out of it. And you lean forward, and something hits the back of your shoulders.
Oh.
And your face is like boinked against the all too hot car battery. Fortunately, you don't take any damage, but because it is a 0 harm move, you are stunned, which means you don't see until you get to the very tail of it something distinctly not Earth related flee through the fence and past a corner you can no longer see.
Fence, is it going towards the building or away?
It's gone through the fence towards the building and past a corner that you can't see. It was distinctly blue in the way that most animals are not.
Crap. God, my nose. Okay. Does one quick check over the hood, shuts it, locks the bus. Why? Okay. Takes into consideration here. I think what he's gonna do now that bus is parked, whatever was in seems to obviously have left the bus, but is clearly going towards the building. Something blue. What animals does he know that are blue? He can't think of any animals that he knows that are blue. But it's something that probably should not... He should probably tell somebody about it, so probably once he goes on his way to meet up with the group and teacher. Places like this, I mean, there's security here, yeah? Snail?
Like, sorry, I was making a meh noise. It's a very small research facility, so there's definitely like a guard that let you through the gate. But there's probably not that much more. Who wants to steal from a tiny research facility?
He doubts it's any steal. If anything, he's gonna go up to the guard, because guards will have radios to communicate. He'll just go up to him and be like, "Hey man, just to let you know, I think there was some animal in the hood of my bus. I don't know how it was still alive, but it got out, went through the fence. I lost sight of it. Letting you know to let anyone in there know. There might be a wild animal."
The guard sort of like leans forward. Raccoon sort of thing. We've been having a lot of those recently.
I didn't get a good look at it, to be honest. It looked... It's gonna sound weird. It looked blue for a second, so it might have been covered in paint. You know how they get into stuff.
A raccoon in blue paint? That would be a hell of a thing. All right, we'll keep an eye out for your blue friend. Don't worry, buddy.
Alright.
That sounds really condescending.
Well, in case it gets in, because raccoons tend to get in, man. Just let whoever's in the building know.
Yeah, all right. I appreciate it. This time his words are less condescending sounding. It does not mean that there's no condescending, but they do. He is appreciative that you bothered to say it, even if it is it's blue raccoon. Who's seen a blue raccoon?
I didn't say it was blue. I figured it got paint on it or something. wild animals going through trash usually get paint on them at some point. Mm.
Dude shrugs at you as well, but goes to their radio and mentions that
This is the 90s, so it's just like all the kids like, Sonic the Hedgehog real!
Yeah, exactly.
the Hedgehog real.
Sonic.
Oh my God.
Everybody
You're
is making
welcome.
Sly Cooper jokes in the Chilling Chupacabras chat, and I just want to say I do appreciate it. There's nothing wrong with that. I just now have to think about what I'm gonna make you do.
Well, Joe's just gonna shrug at the security guard. He's let the guy know, and he's gonna go. He's gonna go meet up with the group he's supposed to be with.
Joe
So-
has done his due diligence.
We salute you, Joe. We salute you. There is a scientist that's sort of talking in the front. Let me see. How do I want to roll this? They do seem actually genuinely excited that there are kids around, which is surprising because many adults are not happy that kids are around. So you guys can all probably tell this person either drew up the short straw and is now acting, or they really do kind of seem genuine. They probably were like the person that was chosen for this because they like kids. But they're very excitedly going through that science is always going to be something that you can get interested in because there's always something new to learn. And sort of going through like the intro spiel that anybody goes through when they're starting up a field trip of like, this is why science is important. You too can practice science. We're even gonna let you guys do a couple of experiments. As long as you behave, please, for the love of God, behave.
Will we get to blow something up?
No.
That one's a no. But I'm sure that when you guys get to your science fair, you can make a volcano. And although we're not talking about what happens with volcanic action, it's a little out of our purview. That's still fascinating. Let me see. All right. In order to make sure that everybody is able to stay safe and healthy, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have everybody wash their hands, all right? I know this is the 90s, that's not practical, I cannot help myself. I'm very sorry, but also I'm not. Kids are gross.
They are.
Connor did
True.
stick his hand on the bus floor under the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, the adults are very quietly asked to monitor and make sure that every single person washes their hands because, once again, kids do be gross.
God, yeah.
I swear, like, though, if it was like one of those sinks where you like they have like the foot pedal to turn on the water, kids would do it.
It's a science sink.
It's a
now
science
you make
sink.
me want that to happen. It's probably
Yeah.
like one of those big trough sinks.
Oh heck yeah!
Where there is like a foot pedal. Oh my God! This means I get to talk about one of the most cool ass things in a lab. They did not swear. That was Snaton, the demon resting inside of me. But the scientist says, you'll see that in addition to all of the normal sinks we have, every sink also has this weird sort of spigot that looks like it's pointing upwards. The reason for that is if we ever get anything that's like too close to our eyes, we want to make sure that we can wash it out as fast as a snap. So we make sure that all of our sinks are able to just wash out anything before anything can really hurt people. If there's ever any sort of spill. I'm sure you guys occasionally spill, and you wouldn't want to sort of like rub your eyes and get it in your eyes, would you?
No.
Oh.
Well, this is a handy tool to make sure even if that does happen, everybody gets to stay safe.
Katie,
Yeah.
I dare you.
To what?
Wash your eyes out.
But hold on,
Do it.
we'll do it later. He's
Oh,
looking.
come on.
He's looking.
Okay, fine.
All right. So, after everybody has washed their hands, we're going to go ahead and just dry our hands off. We've got paper towels right here. And then, next up, we're going to go ahead and go through what this hallway is all about. This is the hallway that's sort of like in the entrance. Obviously, I know. But there are different sections of this facility for the different types of things we do. So this section is very much focused on sort of chemistry, hence why we've got the sinks right at the front. The other entrance is currently under construction, so unfortunately we can't show you guys that one. But it's really neat that we can just go ahead and show you all the sort of different things that we can do with chemistry. And the scientist sort of continues to prattle along. Joe, do you tell the kids about the blue hedgehog? And Fable is not currently at the mic, so I am gonna just keep...
No, I am.
Okay, sorry.
I was muted because I had noise going on this end.
You're fine. Because they know, but also they're on a field trip, and it's probably just something that got paint on it.
And it's fine.
Here's
It's
the
not like a history of monsters around here or anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Around here, no.
I assume at this point, for this one shot, Joe has not gone on any ventures with these kids just yet.
That is a
plus-
good question. I think...
Plus,
Yeah, go ahead.
no, you would.
I think that you're aware that they are in the know for some of the stuff, but I'm totally willing to say that this is relatively early in the timeline, and this is one of the first times that Joe is encountering stuff as the adult alongside the kids.
Oh boy.
I think what he's gonna do, because he's sort of catching up. His history with Miss Bergstein's not good.
Mm-hmm.
By no means does he like any of his memories of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, there are a couple memories where he looks back and yeah, she has a lot of right not to like him. He wasn't a great kid in high school. Admittedly was going through some stuff, but still could have been better. So I think right now what he's gonna do is, as he catches up, he's just gonna say, sorry for being late. There was he had a wild raccoon in the... and he's gonna, like, lower his voice and just let her know in that sort of way of this is something that could get kids a bit riled up.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna but I want to make sure you don't have to deal with, like, really riled up kids at the very beginning of the field trip.
Yeah.
He's gonna try and play the supportive adult in this field trip here.
Aw.
That's very impressive, and clearly not something that Mrs. Bergenstein was expecting. So she sort of, like, raises her eyebrows, looks at you, does this sort of nod of, like, okay, I hear you. She doesn't respond back, but that means she also didn't respond back negatively. So that's probably the best outcome you could have possibly had before she's continuing to do this sort of shooing motion to continue the kids down the hallway into one of the research labs.
Yeah, and he'll help her with making sure the kids don't wander off and make sure they go where they need to. He's not going to shoo them though like she does, but he is going to help.
That means that you have a decent look at the window as you're helping some of the stragglers come along without Mrs. Bergenstein chewing them. You see more blue fur.
Through the window?
Through the window. Through the wall! Boogie, woogie, woogie! Yes. Yes, you see a flash of blue fur. It's... You don't know what's happening. It's around. It's... You weren't lying.
I think he actually, I I think he actually like he sees it for. I assume it's gone. It's just a flash.
Oh yeah. Like it was running past the window. It's not actively looking in.
It's not inside.
No, it's not inside.
Okay.
Probably.
And he's told security about it, and he just told the teacher about it. But it's outside right now. He can't really go play. He can't really go, he needs this job. He can't go play investigation right now. But he is aware where he last saw it, so he's keeping mental notes. If he sees it inside, then he is going to actively go get someone to be like, hey, you've got a wild animal. But for now, it's outside. Yeah, he's keeping mental note.
Let me see.
When how badly you need a job trumps your sense of adventure. Damn.
That's adulting, man. There's a
It
lot
is,
of good.
and it
There's a lot more
sucks.
good
That's
that comes
capitalism.
with adulting than people will let kids believe. But sometimes you gotta put your job over adventure, which fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. His job and also the kids. If he goes saying, oh, hey, there's a blue animal running around, all the kids are going to want to go looking for it, and mayhem's gonna happen. He knows how this goes.
He was a kid once. Mrs.
He was a
Bergenstein
kid.
remembers that very vividly.
And if she's anything like she was when he was a kid, these kids are going to want to ditch this woman without hesitation.
Yeah. Katie's been making plans.
Oh boy. So y'all are now ushered into the specific laboratory section. You can see the long tables with this sort of like tacky green cabinetry over like, and on top of the cabinetry is sort of like, again, the white pristine countertop. Y'all see the sort of like packets and rows and stuff. There's the microscopes, and you're led past the wall of lab coats. Does anyone attempt to steal a lab coat before their time? I must ask. You know I must.
Tim is holding out hope that they will be given one.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a temptation. Like, do they have names on them?
They don't appear to have names on them. There's a place for a name tag, but they don't have names sewn on them.
So, finders keepers sort of situation.
Yes, but also where would we hide it?
Under shirt. It should be noted that as Connor is thinking this through, paper towels had been offered to dry their hands. He had disregarded that entirely and used the back of Katie.
Oh, yes, very
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah, that's sanitary.
At least
Kids
they
is
wash their
gross.
hands.
Mm-hmm.
He washed the hands. Katie's shirt was right there.
Obviously, Mason did, like, before it was even cool to do, he did the full, like, 30-second wash.
Singing happy birthday to himself twice.
It holds
Yeah.
up the entire class.
Yeah, as much as I hate to say it, just a full 30 seconds is a long time for kids to be washing their hands. He probably did sort of get, like, shooed along by Mrs. Bergenstein, even though he was doing exactly what he was supposed to.
Katie,
Ain't that
I
just the way?
I fully admit, Katie is that kid who just, like, swipes her hands under the water to get them wet.
Oh,
Listen, an attempt
Just so
was
that they can
made.
have the...
There are not enough adults to force you to do it proper.
Hey!
As it is, Tim is a good boy who holds out hope that the universe will be kind. Connor does not make those same assumptions.
Connor, are you going to act under pressure, or are you going to hold off?
It kind of partially, I'll admit, depends on what Katie would do, because here's the thing. it would be more noticeable if 2 lab coats were missing. So he does not want to act independently of Katie and risk there being... What is the word I'm looking for? Redundancy. So he's whispering with Tim, but keeping an eye on Katie. Is Katie going for it? Because if Katie goes for it, Connor might also just cover if needed.
Katie is not.
Oh.
Because she looks bored out of her goddamn skull.
All right.
Nothing
we're
about
acting
this.
under
She's
pressure.
just like,
Which is... There we go. Cool. Does Connor have cool?
Does Connor have cool is the question.
In my heart.
1 cool.
1.
Alrighty.
Okay,
What does that
okay. It means 3 plus 6 plus 1. That's a 10.
Hey!
10. Oh my
Nice.
god. You do what you set out to do. So, congratulations. I do need you to put down on your character sheet in parentheses only after Joe first adventure with kids. Lab coat.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah.
lab coat now.
Awesome.
Plus 1 lab coat.
No
Adult
conditions
size.
apply except for the
Adult
fact that you
size.
can't use it until after this adventure happens in canon.
It's perfect because this means it can either be kids stacking on each other to get into a space, or we give it to an adult as a disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Magnificent.
Wonderful.
Magnificent. God, I can't believe you rolled a 10. I didn't even know what I was gonna do to make it complicated, but you just succeed.
Listen,
Some
Connor
scientist is
is
going to need a spare lab coat because of you, and you do not care.
nope.
As is
They're
your
adults.
goddamn
They
right.
could get theirs easily, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They got the budget for it.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Some,
they have
assumedly.
money.
it is off the rack and it's just getting, balled up and shoved under his shirt.
He does the thing where, like, he wraps it around him, tucks his shirt into his pants, so it just looked like sort of lumpy shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, again, in theory, as long as nothing pulls away and reveals it, you've gotten away with it. You have successfully obtained lab coat. And all of the kids that are gathered around and saw it and seen that the parents, not parents, but the adults did not see it, instantly Connor's coolness specifically has been utterly redeemed from sitting in the front. The rest
Knife
of
cat
y'all,
expression on his face right now.
Yes.
the rest of y'all still sort of have the uncool factor, but Connor just stole something from an adult.
No name.
Crazy. Can you believe what a wild guy he is?
Can't believe people think that he's the normal one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Knife cat look gets specifically pointed at Mason because, man, not too long ago, Mason would have sounded the alarm by now, but he's not.
Mason is probably listening very intently to this lecture, which honestly, because it's like at the basic stages right now, he is trying to be enthusiastic about it, but it's also very boring, and he's waiting for them to get to the new stuff.
uh-huh.
My God.
Yeah.
If Mason didn't see, that's even better. Where'd
Yeah,
you
Mason
get that?
probably didn't see.
Incredible.
Um,
Connor's very pleased with himself. If nothing else happens today, this is great.
he's gotten away with murder.
He did
Yes.
a thief.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all are sort of like herded towards the sort of front of the lab. The scientist does the very basic, oh look, it's Diet Coke and Mentos. But they actually do bother to describe why it happens in a little more detail than you've gotten any other time you've sort of like seen it, except for like on Mythbusters. God bless Mythbusters. I will never forget you. I love you so much. But they go into the fact that, like, the reason that the Diet Coke and the Mentos react to each other is because chemicals. I just realized I don't actually know why it happens.
Well, it's because like the Mentos has a bunch of tiny little divots in it that allow for more surface area for the Diet Coke to interact with the
Carbonation.
the carbonation. So it magnifies it so much more.
Yeah, breaks.
I have watched videos on this.
Tim. You see the scientist.
Tim explains it better than the scientist.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they do it better than the scientist just because I
More
suck, but
riveting than the scientist. The scientist uses all these big words, and Tim can put it in a way where it's just like, ah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Katie is standing there, eyes rolled back in her head because she is bored out of her mind, and then Tim starts explaining it, and she actually listens.
Yeah.
that's impressive. You got Katie listening to science.
Yeah.
The scientist
It may unfortunately give Katie the idea to feed someone Mentos and then shove.
She is wanting to, like, eat
One time
Mentos and then, like, chug Diet Coke and see what happens.
It don't feel good. It does not feel good. Tim tried it.
I know it does.
But does Katie know that?
Not yet.
Exactly, not yet.
I want to try it
Pop
out.
Coke, baby.
I want to try it in a squirt gun.
Oh my god.
You guys are such crazy animals. Hey, speaking of animals, let me see. Mason's Mason's distracted. Joe's already sort of signed off. Katie's interested. Tim's interested. Connor, you're surveying the land with the
He's keeping an eye out for the alarm sound of this kid stole something.
Oh yeah, 100%. Your arms are sort of like tucked over it. You're looking around. You see something that isn't normal animal looking in the window. That's not an animal you've ever seen before. It's fuzzy. It's got a no, it has several noses. It has several noses. And it's this very light blue that tries to blend into the sky and fails. That's not normal.
He is in love instantly.
That's very good. That's very good. It makes me very happy. What do you do?
For a solid few moments, he is simply transfixed as the instinct within him to adopt a new pet just absolutely fills him. Sparky needs a companion, and this is it. So for a few moments, simply enraptured. And then I think just reverently mutters to himself, which may be heard by people, like, Sonic.
Wait, what?
Elbows Tim not taking eyes off. Sonic real.
Sonic real?
Sonic real. Gonna point.
Did they lab grow Sonic?
Oh my god, they lab grew Sonic.
That's incredible.
So someone's pointing.
Subtly to Tim.
Yeah.
All right. I'm.
Ish.
You know what? Roll me act under pressure to try and make it subtle, because I believe that you're
Good
pointing.
True.
Subtlety is the thing that's in question.
Plus
Also, really
three
quick, I'm just going to
plus
turn on the
one.
light. I will be back in 0.2 seconds.
Okay.
4 plus 2 plus 1 is 8.
Whoop, there's fire alarm.
Fire alarm!
Oh,
Fire alarm time!
Dance party.
Wow.
The lab is diegetic lab alarm.
Was that somebody's fire alarm?
Yeah,
That
Unis.
was Unis.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Uni. An 8.
What, did you set the fire? What are you sorry for?
Damn.
'Twas a snail who set the house ablaze.
'Twas snail.
Snaten.
Damn, Snaten.
Snaten.
A worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay? I think what happens is you definitely get Tim seeing it, and most of the other people don't notice.
But
Dakota sees somebody pointing, looks over, makes a huge gasp, and not only Sonic real proof disappears from the window, but they immediately rush to the window before you can even do anything to try and, like, look out, see if they can see where it went, and start causing a huge commotion with the adults, sort of, like, trying to herd everybody back. And she said, I saw something! I saw something out there! It was crazy! It was blah, blah, blah. And unfortunately, the sacred moment that you two shared as a bond is now completely dissolved.
Damn.
Because you weren't quite subtle enough. You're still working on the subtlety of your points. You can probably go over that with Joe. Joe would teach you how to do it right.
Joe can always teach you how to do it.
Uni, you're back.
I am, yes. The fire died.
Excellent.
Okay.
You killed it. Got it.
I'm glad to hear that you are still alive. It's ironic how great the sort of timing that was, because it means that Mason completely missed out on why everybody is very suddenly all yelling at each other, and Dakota is pointing at Connor and saying, he saw it too! He saw it too! There was something out there! It was blue, and it was like furry, and it was like, and Mrs. Bergenstein is like, there is no animal in the natural world that is blue, so if you think you can calm yourself, perhaps it was a blue jay. No, but it was furry! Blue jays are not furry, Mrs. Bergenstein. And the back and forth immediately starts. Joe, I will say you do recognize the back and forth, and to your surprise, Mrs. Bergenstein is a little less harsh than she was anytime that, like, you and her got into it, which might be because there's not as much bad blood between the two, or might mean that maybe, I don't know, she's matured as an adult, even though she's like 50 billion years old.
Wild.
Unable to be defined, unsure, but possible.
Hey, he's pleasantly surprised, and it has been a few years, so it's a nice thing to see. That said, he's gonna put in that it might have been he had mentioned. Ma'am, I did mention the raccoon. It might be covered in paint.
Alrighty, children, that's enough. That's enough. We still have more of our field trip to go through, and we don't have time to pause and look for animals outside the windows when there's plenty of interesting things happening inside. Now, come along. Once more with the shooing mesh gesture.
Katie is once again bored out of her skull, but now she is, like, looking at Connor, like, what did you see?
It was so fast. Like Sonic.
It really was Sonic?
Like lab-grown Sonic.
What?
I wouldn't be outside if
like Shadow
it was made here.
Maybe it escaped.
Then why would it come back?
Maybe he's got friends inside.
There could be
Oh my
more.
god, we gotta free the friends.
We've got the Mobians.
Words cannot express how much I love you guys so much. You delight me to no end. I would kill for all of y'all and go to jail for it without mercy.
Okay, so we gotta help him, right?
Yeah.
You didn't see... Well, I don't know if they're eyes. There are a lot of noses, but, like...
Noses.
I think it misses...
Noses?
I think it
What
misses
one?
friends. It was so sad.
So,
Okay.
so maybe it was more like a mole?
Moles only have one nose, right?
But
Well, they're like-
hold on, naked mole rats have eyes.
Oh.
Did this thing not have eyes?
Did it?
I don't
And-
know.
I didn't get a
I
good
just-
look.
I just processed that there were more noses. Maybe they function as both.
Huh.
Hmm.
Eyes?
No.
No. They did say that one of that like one of the part of the building is under construction.
A cover-up.
Cover up.
Cover
Before
up.
he escaped.
Well,
I'm gonna go ahead
I
and
do have
take
a way to
the
get in there.
opportunity to ask.
What exactly would we be able to do that Sonic the Hedgehog can't already do?
Be not blue?
Reach higher than he can?
Impersonate a scientist.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You guys are wildly underestimating Sonic the Hedgehog's capabilities.
Well, we know we know game Sonic's abilities. Lab grown Sonic?
Yeah.
He's not had the same
Video games aren't real, but this is.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe he hasn't even figured out how fast he can run yet.
oh. It's like, what if they grew him but he came out wrong? Maybe that's why he's got two noses.
Oh my god. Mutant Sonic!
Sonic.
I think they call that one
X-Man Sonic.
X-Man Sonic!
Will be quietly listening in on this as he's helping as he's walking with the kids.
Absolutely.
Like this group is just steadily drop towards the back, and that's where Joe's currently walking.
110%.
He's watching the back of the group. Quietly listening and kind of just thinking to himself and nodding along.
Just letting the kids.
But yeah, let him be kids. He doesn't agree, but man.
Connor reverently whispering, Teenage Mutant Lab Rat Sonic.
This is the coolest thing that's ever happened to us.
Teenage
That ever
Mutant
will happen
Lab
to
Rat
us.
Sonic. Teenage Mutant Lab Rat Sonic. Oh my god.
Okay, so we gotta figure out where they're keeping him, like the rest of the Sonics.
Yeah.
The Sonic
Well, it's gotta
clones.
be in. Yeah, it's gotta be in the area that's closed off, right? So,
Yeah.
we just.
We just gotta look for the place with the high security, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And get away from Mrs. Bergmar.
yeah.
Yeah.
You think we could crawl through the vents? He starts looking around for vents.
Yeah.
This isn't a video game. The vents aren't big.
Oh,
And
That's quitters talk.
So, Joe.
Oh, sure. When I say
But-
something's not a video game, I'm the quitter.
Plus, you'd need something to open them.
what?
Just speaks up behind them.
Wait a minute.
what?
Connor,
Huh?
the lab coat.
You have a lab coat?
Yeah,
Go!
the lab coat. Like,
We just gotta
pointing
be
at Joe.
careful. Huh.
Just pointing at Joe.
Mr. Kindler.
Infiltration.
Infiltration. Mr. Kindler.
Infiltration.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Kindler.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta find Sonic.
Will you help us save Sonic?
Do we know that This is Sonic we're talking about.
Obviously.
Last I checked, Sonic does pretty good on his own. And he
That's
usually...
what I'm
This is
saying.
lab grown Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be putting the same expectations on lab grown Sonic. Come on.
Video games aren't real. We already established this. Even Mason knows that.
Right.
But
So what's
I saw it. Dakota saw it.
No, I get that. But
Uh-huh.
what's the what would be the plan here? You're talking about both sneaking through here, and you're talking about sneaking away from Miss Bergstein. And Joe has lowered his voice at this point just so these kids hear him. And I can tell you from experience, she is not the easiest woman to sneak away from. I've tried.
So we'll need a distraction. Distraction or
Chemistry lab.
excuse?
It's a chemistry lab. There's a lot of fuel for distraction here.
You guys, we can't cause a chemical explosion in a lab.
Katie has just
yeah, we
given
can.
me a
They literally just
terrible
talked about how to
idea.
do it.
We will get banned from everything for life.
Katie leans
And-
over to Tim.
Mm.
Do you still dare me to go turn the eye wash thing on?
Hell yeah. Double dog dare you.
Katie then immediately screams, "It's my eyes!" and runs.
Oh my god!
and runs to the eye wash station.
Oh my
Joe just
god.
sighs. He waves to Miss Bergstein. He's like, I've got her, and goes to follow Katie.
What on earth? Is everything okay back there?
She's fine, I've got her.
How did she
And
even
Katie
get
screaming
there?
murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's close. Follows. Oh boy. What are the other kids doing? Joe is going after Katie because she needs to have an adult with.
Katie has made the sacrifice in Connor's mind to be the distraction Connor is making to sneak away to go save Sonic.
Yeah!
And hey, Joe can't help it if he's being distracted. If he's got to make sure Katie's okay.
Can't have a kid alone.
Yeah.
I think Tim will assist Connor. Or help Connor get away.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Don't be
suspicious.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
All right, I will have Connor act under pressure and Tim roll to help out.
Roll to help out.
We'll see how that goes. Mason, are you gonna snitch or are you gonna be cool?
Mason thinks this is a bad idea, but he's not a tattletale.
And that's
Or at least he
ain't
has
no
stopped
snitch.
being as much of a tattletale in the last several months.
you know what that
Snail.
is?
Okay.
Growth.
Growth.
Hey, Snail, I got another 10.
What do you
Yo.
mean you got another 10?
I mean, I rolled a 4 and a 5 and the coolest +1.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
So here's what I think happens. Because Connor rolled a 10, but it's not a +12. Because if it was an 11, I would have made it a +12, but because it's a 10, it goes just to an 11. So Connor successfully acts under pressure. Hang on, I'm trying to get to roll to help out. Let's see. On a 9 to 7, you get them help on their roll, but you also expose yourself to trouble or danger. Here's what I think happens. I think Connor successfully sneaks away. I think Tim tries to follow. And my alarm goes off. Shut up.
That's what gets Tim.
That's what gets me.
I mean, did you have an alarm on your watch?
I think what Tim does is like he yells that he sees it outside the window again, and starts up the whole ruckus all over again.
And you know
Beautiful.
exactly what that does? It gets Mrs. Bergenstein's hands very firmly, not quite claw-like, but surprisingly similar to claws, right on your shoulders. Congratulations, Tim. Now you are the one being monitored.
Yeah, I did it. At what cost?
I'll remember your sacrifice.
All right, so we have split the party. We have Tim
Yep.
and Connor, the iconic duo with the rest of the group. We have Katie and Joe off washing their eyes. And who knows what the hell is going to happen after that. But then we have Connor solo. And Connor, if you're going to be solo, you're going to have to find a way to stay solo by avoiding detection. So what are you going to do that?
Oh my god. Well, he has a lab coat.
He's
gonna put it on.
Coat, but he's really
Heck yes.
He's really short, but here's the thing. He's new here, and it's really insensitive for people to point out, you know, he knows he's short. He's been short for so long, you guys. He's a whole adult, and he'd like people to stop pointing it out. He's the new guy. You can't haze him like this.
Oh my god.
Ignoring the fact that he looks like a child.
That's the condition. He has a condition. And he's going to deepen his voice.
all right.
This is going to be vocal training for me.
All right. So, right now, you are still in sort of the entrance-ish area. You're still relatively early on in the building. You don't exactly know where the construction was, but you know that there's supposed to be 2 entrances. One was the one you went through. So in theory, if you go to the big halls and follow the big halls, either all the way at the end from where the normal entrance is, or when the big hall turns and makes another big hall, that's probably where the other entrance is. That's the best reasoning I can think of how to find it. Unless you have a better one. Don't let me trample over your dreams.
No, that about would be what Connor would come up with, and, you know, still gonna be sneaky-like. He's camouflaged, but it's not a perfect camouflage.
Alright, I would like for you to roll to investigate a mystery.
Yeehaw. That's... It's only the second one down. Okay, plus sharp. Okay. Connor is not sharp. As maybe evidenced by the situation he has put himself in.
Listen.
I say that, and that's a 6. 6 plus 2, 8. Okay, that's an 8.
An 8. That's still a mixed success, so you can only ask me one question. The questions are as follows. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What is it going to do? And what is being concealed here? I bet you anything I can already predict which question you're going to ask, but ask me anyway.
See, I would love to ask, hey, Snaton, what the fuck sort of creature is this? But Connor already knows what creature this is, and it's Sonic.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog,
Sonic.
lab grown.
Yeah, we know.
You agree,
So-
reblog.
And his current thinking is Sonic will also be going to where the other Sonics are, the brethren. Maybe there's even, like, lab-grown Shadow and Amy and whatnot.
Oh,
Maybe
God,
there's
lab-grown
Knuckles.
Knuckles.
So his question is actually going to be, where did it go? Because in his mind, where did it go and where the others are the same thing.
I could tell you were going to ask where did it go. So as you are sort of like, you've got the lab coat and you've like folded up the sleeves, but you still have to like hold up the bottom part of the lab coat so that you can run.
Like a dress. It's great.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Thank you for evoking the proper visual, because that's exactly what I was going for. You're like trying not to run, but you're moving fast enough that you're basically running. It's like a little, it's like a jog.
It's a trot.
Yes, very much so. And you are looking down the hallway, and for the most part, you can't really see windows, but every once in a while, you can get a peek out the window, and outside of one of them, you see that the building has, like, the front area, and then it sort of branches off, so it has 2 wings. And you see flash of blue outside the window at one of the wings to the left. So you see Sonic the Hedgehog. Down the hall to the left, probably.
Perfect.
Probably
Going
is
that way.
better than what he's got.
All right. Let's real quick go back to Katie and Joe because I'm so desperate to know how this conversation is going. Because I bet you I can already predict that Katie is trying to convince Joe to allow her to continue to find Sonic the Hedgehog, and I want to know how Joe is rebuffing her questions and demands.
How did you know?
I am psychic. It's on account of being possessed by the devil himself, Satan.
Satine.
Yes. Katie has, in fact, the first thing she does is she does, in fact, find the iWash station, and she does actually turn it on because she does want to know what the fuck this is like.
Of
Like,
course.
she wants this experience. And
It's
she
not
concludes... Yeah, no, she concludes this sucks, actually.
Freezing cold,
Yeah.
probably.
It's
I mean, if you
like-
want it to work, you have to also have your eyes open for like 20 consecutive seconds as water blasts in it.
as water is blasted in it and, like, over it, it is legitimately a terrible feeling. Like, it fucking sucks.
Joe lets it happen for like a few seconds before he will gently pull her away from it and grab the paper towels that are still by this weird sink, and is just gonna start helping dry her face
Yep.
and everything. So, how'd it feel?
Bad.
Oh, I bet. Water shooting the eyes.
Like, I can't open my eyes. I can open my eyes underwater. That's bad.
Yeah, it's a jet stream of water hitting your eyeballs. It's meant for cleaning out dangerous chemicals. And even then, it's not that great.
God. I've gotten salt in my or not salt. I mean, yes, salt, but I've gotten I've touched peppers and then rubbed my eyes, and this is. I don't think that would help. I think that would make it worse.
Eh.
And then she casts a look back at where the rest of the class went, and then she looks and she goes, "Okay, so which way do we go
Hmm?
to find Sonic? We gotta go find Sonic."
Fine, Sonic. No, I gotta take you back to the kids. And he's saying this as he's like patting the towel down on like her face and her head to make sure her hair is dry and everything.
It's curly and it's frizzy. It's as dry as it's gonna get.
Yeah, he does his best.
Yep. And she paws his hands away like, I'm fine.
All right, so come on, let's head back. But as he stands up, tosses the used towels into nearby trash, he does look at her and just be like, "So, you remember which way is the way back to the group, right?" And he gives her a slight wink.
Katie, who is always up for shenanigans, goes, "I think so, yeah." And she is grinning in barely contained glee. Spins on her heel the opposite direction and goes, "I think it's this way." And marches with the confidence of God.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Yes.
Joe
Does.
will walk with equal, bit more casual confidence, but he will follow.
All
Joe
right.
has now become the coolest adult in Katie's life.
Much like he's become the coolest adult in Connor's life, much like
Yep.
how he will probably become the coolest adult in all of their lives.
Katie's finally seeing the light. Connor's been espousing this guy's coolness forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Soon they will all know.
The word of Joe.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Katie, what
Yes.
direction... I know you're walking away from the class,
Mm-hmm.
but what direction are you trying to go? There's like, again, it's essentially like a T with a shorter part of the low part of the T. There's like 2 wings to the sides. There's the middle, there's like the front part that you came in, and then there's a middle in between the 2 wings. What rough direction are you going?
So she doesn't want to go deeper into, like, the main area, because that's where all the scientists are, and that's where their boring normie stuff is that we can see. So she's gonna go towards one of the wings. She's going with the assumption that Connor and Mason are, and Temtem are going to the construction area.
Mm-hmm.
And she's pretty sure she remembers which direction that was. So she's gonna try and go to the other wing.
All right, tell me a direction.
She's gonna go, if, for example, the construction wing is east, she is gonna go west.
Oh, no. But you see, you were never told where the construction is. You have to guess a direction.
So she thinks it's in the east, so she's going where she thinks is west. Do I need to roll for that?
Is that left or right? That's all I'm asking.
That is a left.
All right, you do
She's
not
going
have to roll
left.
for it. I love this, because what it means is that Connor and Katie and Joe will actually meet up, and we will be slightly less split up. But
Hey.
before we get there, 5-minute break, we come back, and I see if I can possibly wrap this thing up before it's insane late.
Okay.
Good.
All right. We will be right back. If people who are muted want to unmute, in theory you can. I don't know if you have permissions. I hope you do. But if not, we will talk after the game. Also, I'm going to get water, so I will be gone. Bye.
Okay. Get back.
Oh my god, potential deity and, not Breaks, Blaze. Cameo. There's Blaze.
Hello.
Wow.
You're gonna go get Sonic the Hedgehog.
We gotta get Sonic!
We gotta help Sonic.
We gotta help lab-grown Sonic reach his full potential.
This is fucking incredible, because something similar to this did actually happen when I was around this age as well, where a friend was fully convinced, and he was convinced enough that I started to believe him with my 14-year-old brain that yes, Sonic the Hedgehog was in his backyard ripping up his trees.
Oh my god.
What was it in the end?
I don't know.
Was it a raccoon covered in paint?
No. I'm pretty sure it just was like, whatever the fuck, like, just...
There's something about being that specific age that makes you want so desperately to convince your friends that, like, you know, Uncle works at Nintendo, Sonic the Hedgehog is my best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried convincing a friend that I was a vampire.
As you
Did
do.
you write them?
No.
God, that reminds me. I forget who it was, but there was some YouTube personality guy who was talking about the reason he realized Santa wasn't real was he put on his Santa wish list, please let me be best friends with Sonic.
Oh.
Damn.
No.
No. That's the worst way to find out.
Yeah. Man.
Man.
I'm still just in shambles over Mason's approach to the nonsense. Is just like, if this was really Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic would not be having these problems.
I love that.
Honestly, yeah.
But then it's just like, you can't have the
Mason
same
is just like,
expectations of
we
Last
can't-
Sonic.
We can't deny the idea that, you know, lab people would want to make a Sonic. That's perfectly reasonable. Anyone would want to make a Sonic if they had the science capability.
Yes,
my
if you
God,
have
yes.
the technology, that's what you do.
What else would you
They're
do
not
with
making
that
YouTube,
level of
so
skill?
that's good.
But like Mason is just like, guys, don't insult Sonic.
And then Joe did the same approach.
God,
You're all
And-
too funny.
it's too good.
Depending on what exact time, like, your zone this is, I also think,
Vaguely 2000.
and this is fully a Briggs option. I imagine Knuckles the Echidna coming out and being like, oh, suddenly wrestling is the coolest sport.
Man, yeah.
Alright, guys, character question, go around. Which Sonic character is your kid's favorite?
Sally Acorn from the Saturday morning series.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hex, I love you. Thank you for referencing the series.
God, Sally Acorn. Good God.
She's a princess leading a rebellion. Katie loves her. She's got a supercomputer in
As
her
she-
hand, like as a little handheld.
Yeah.
Harry loves the cat. He's big
Yes.
and he's friendly. And he's a
Oh,
cat.
big.
And he has a little friend named Froggy.
Yes.
Joe's favorite is Shadow.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Edgy teenage alert.
Sayonara, Shadow.
Probably Rouge the Bat for Tim Tam.
oh,
Ooh.
nice.
Choice.
Excellent choice.
Was that Tim Tim's furry awakening?
Let's
Maybe.
be real. Shadow
Maybe.
is Tintin's furry's awakening.
I
They
like
both
her
were.
keeping Tim of discovering the furriness, but then we've got Katie right here. Connor, I was thinking about this, and I had to really do a think because I did not grow up with Sonic at all. I'm not as familiar with the series, so I was like, Connor, do you like Tails? Do you relate to Tails? And then Connor looked at me and said, Eggman.
A dark horse. I love it.
Yes.
Okay,
Nice.
but is Connor one of the people who, when Sonic 2 came out, fully believed that Tails was a girl?
You know what? That is referencing something I had no idea was a thing, so yes.
Excellent. That was me as a child.
But yeah, I do think the answer has to be overall Tails and Eggman.
Hell yeah.
Good.
I think it's too early. This hasn't come out yet. Good old 2006. When that rolls around, Mason will see Silver the Hedgehog and be like, yes!
Oh my god. I was
Yes,
wondering who was going to
but-
pick Silver.
And
But that hasn't happened yet. So for now, he's just like, yeah, Knuckles is cool. Knuckles punches stuff and doesn't have to worry about stuff. Knuckles is honor bound to protect what's important to him.
Yeah.
God. I love
Excellent
these
picks
kids.
all around.
Blasting me with the truth is Knuckles is not for Tim Tim. Knuckles is for Mason.
Man, okay, so important question, Uni. Is this the Knuckles with the cool hat or without the cool hat? Which
I'll be
one?
honest, I am also not someone who grew up with Sonic, so I'm not sure on the difference.
Knuckles with the cool hat is from the games, so it's really more down to was Mason a Sonic CD fan, or did he read the Archie comics?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
You know what? I think like
He was also on the
With-
Saturday morning cartoon, I think, or
He
the
was,
movie.
but not as much.
Yeah.
with the strictness that we have established of Mason's parents, he doesn't get to play a lot of video games unless he's at a friend's house. But he
Yep.
can probably get away with comics.
Which is wild, because the Sonic Archie comics from the 3-hour-long YouTube explanations I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, they're wild. As someone who grew up reading them, they're wild.
They're truly insane.
They are bananas cream pudding. I know what I said.
Listen, most
also
of my
want
Sonic
everyone to
knowledge
know-
comes from Penny Snapcube.
I want everyone to know that I did, in fact, Google animals with blue fur. Just
Uh-huh.
in case it needed to, like, be a shitty know-it-all.
And the answers were?
Well, there's some breeds of dogs and rabbits that have that sort of blue-gray fur, but, like, come on, no one's going to see a dog in the window and be like, ah, yes, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And otherwise it's like peacocks and poisonous frogs.
Unless it's a platypus under a blacklight.
That's turquoise, but yes. Teal.
Well, that just
Oh my
sparks whole
God.
other color debates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also makes Perry the platypus canon, but you know.
Yeah.
Listen,
Exactly.
we can't have Sonic the
So the
Hedgehog.
platypus is the one wearing the cool hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, man, now thinking about like Saturday morning cartoon Sonic, shout out to Bunny Rabbit.
Yeah.
Who was,
Yeah.
I don't have a kid Sona, but that was my favorite.
Yeah. I love Bunny.
Oh,
Bunny
Bunny
Rabbit,
good.
Bonnie
deleted
Rabbit,
an
and
image.
Antoine.
Coolette.
Yeah, hang on.
Bonnie Rabbit was very cool.
I love
She-
Bonnie.
Freaking
Bonnie.
cyborg arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the legs.
Yeah, cyborg arm and legs. She had a southern accent.
Yeah.
That was like
Yep.
Yeah. I am finding
God.
I'm finding her Archie comics version and cartoon comic version because they're both cute.
They are very
are,
good, and
yeah.
her Archie version becomes like sort of Laura Croft, and I love it. It's
Yes.
It's so good.
yeah.
And she
God,
also
that
marries
was so good.
Antoine, and it's
Yes.
like my favorite shit.
Yeah.
And he becomes less of an asshole. I love him.
No,
Yes.
it's my favorite version of like the cowardly lion character growing like a spine but still
Yeah.
being funny. Like
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the growth that you love to see.
I kept their wedding comic for too long until it was
Nice.
falling to pieces.
Nice.
Yeah,
She looked at him and said that she could fix it because she's constantly doing mechanics work.
There's one Sonic Sonic comic that I would love to get my hands on again, but it is impossible to find. And
Doubt
it's
the people in this chat.
well, the problem is I want a physical version of it.
Oh.
I
'Cause
still
I
say
can- I
don't
can-
doubt them.
I can read
True.
it online no matter I want because it's the Sonic and Knuckles Mecha Madness comic where they both get roboticized and then they
Oh,
fight.
wow.
Shit.
Yeah. From 1996, like yeah.
Damn.
Look at them. They're so happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? That is really sweet. Oh my god.
I know.
Yeah, too bad it had to like I just remember the comic ended on a huge cliffhanger where like
Mhm.
SBO got vaporized but not really. Just made it
Yeah,
look
that
like
sounds
it.
about right. That sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that sounds
But
about
the but the wedding was so cute, it's worth it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Good.
All right. Are we ready
To rumble.
Yes.
to crumble?
Ready to save Lab Sonic.
Let's go.
Save
Yes.
Sonic.
Save Sonic. I will mute.
I
Good luck.
appreciate you guys so much. We love our audience to hell.
Bye,
and
Blaze. Bye, DD.
Bye bye.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for visiting us in AAA hell.
Ace Attorney
Anonymous.
Alphabet Health?
Ace Attorney Anonymous.
It's Attorney Anonymous.
No. See, this was RPG Anonymous. You've already forgotten.
Oh.
It's working.
The path to healing.
All right.
Back to healing is through Ace Attorney.
I mean, that
And then
probably
Ghost
does
Trick.
work on some people because they do follow similar humor lines. Anyway, we've checked in with Connor's attempts. We've checked in with Katie and Joe unintentionally coming to meet him. Mason and Tim. Tim, you are currently directly in the clutches of Mrs. Bergenstein. And Mason, you are watching. How is that going? And how do you intend to extricate yourself from her claws?
Right now, he's just playing the patience game.
Mm-hmm.
Insisting that he really there really was Dakota was right. There was something outside that window.
I think Mason's main mode of like trying to help is he knows he's the one with, you know, the decent reputation.
Mm-hmm.
He can try to provide distraction just by asking lots of questions and bringing the teacher's attention away from this animal shenaniganery and instead to the science, even though technically those two are the same thing, but she doesn't know that yet. She doesn't understand the importance of lab-grown Sonic.
Someday all will understand the importance of lab-grown Sonic.
Find and help lab-grown Sonic, then people will see.
We're having such a good time today. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I really missed you guys.
It's been too long. But yeah, I think basically Mason is doing his best to be a distraction so that he can help out with Tim getting out of the hot seat.
Okay.
That'd be nice, thank you.
I think you know what that means. Tim, I need you to roll Trust Me.
Okay.
And Mason, I need you to roll Help Out.
I can do that.
Trust me.
Nice.
Ooh, that sounded good.
Trust me. Okay.
I know that I should really be making you guys roll to help out only after a roll, but also you guys are so helpful. I can't stop myself.
Literally, like, almost all of Mason's skills are to better do helping out to others.
It's because he's a good boy and I care him so much. Guys, fuck me. We gotta get back to the base game. I gotta get to the place that we can give Mason a hug.
Yep. That is a 6.
Okay. Well, I have the ability Helping Hand, and I rolled a 10.
Oh, dang.
Which means you can get a +2 to put you up to 8. Or if what are the 2 dice you rolled?
2 and 2.
Okay, then yeah, Helping Hand is better than my other option. So yeah.
Okay.
Gets you up to a partial success of
that's good. That's good. That's good stuff.
All right.
Bergenstein has seen a lot of excuses, so every little bit helps.
Okay, let me see. So, trust me, I gotta remember. Alright, on a 7 and 9 they'll do it, but I can ask you a hard question first. I can ask you several hard questions later. They stall or they have a better idea. How would Mrs. Bergenstein handle this? Alright, so Tim is acting proper and behaving. Mason is showing that he is really invested. So I think the thing that's going to get Mrs. Bergenstein to trust you is Mrs. Bergenstein is going to hear a question from one of the scientists, and the hot seat is going to turn straight to you. Now I gotta think of a good science question that you would ask middle schoolers.
Okay.
Fuck me, running. Oh my god.
What is the powerhouse of the cell?
Let's see. Okay, science, chemistry. Let's see. What is the chemical composition of salt?
Oh, knuckle.
Yeah. Sodium chloride.
Very well done. I swear to God, I'm not saying this to sound patronizing. I'm genuinely very impressed by you guys knowing that off the top of your head.
Yeah. Did you know if you throw sodium into water, it explodes?
Yeah.
I think that's the comment that makes Mrs. Bergenstein sort of like, she does the pat your head that is both condescending but also slightly affectionate for her. And she moves with the other sort of more troublesome kids. So congrats. For the moment, you are not outright observed. What do you
Thanks,
do?
Mason. Okay. Okay. What can we do to support them from here? Got any ideas?
I think maybe we can ask some questions to figure out what they did.
Oh, that's a good question. We can ask them about the construction.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Excuse me, I had a question.
Yes, we love questions here. It's the only way we'll make progress in science. What can I do for you, young man?
Okay, I was wondering if this wing is for chemistry, what do you do on the other wings?
Excellent question. So we keep this front wing based on chemistry, just as you said. We do have in our right wing a place for theoretical physics. That one's pretty complicated, I will admit, but what they do is they do a lot of math in order to better understand the world around us. In the center, we have our portion of the lab that we use to help some of the local hospitals. Every once in a while, they have some findings that are a little more confusing that they need full scientists to look at, in addition to, of course, all of their doctors, and we like to help with them anytime that we can. God, I have to figure out something else for the left wing. Fuck me. I cannot be clear enough. The scientist obviously did not say that.
I'm thinking it.
Yeah, probably. And
this is our animal experimentation center.
Yeah.
I fucking mean, if you're gonna work with chemicals and you're gonna work with testing and you're going to get funding.
Biology.
Yes. They say, and the left wing is for biology. That one, again, has been closed down for construction, so there's not much that we can show you there.
What are you constructing?
We're working on revamping the wing. You see, this building is a lot older than it may seem because we keep on making sure that we bring the building up to code as quickly as we can. So we're making sure that that side of the building is safe by reinforcing all of the different parts that are older. You may notice that here in the front, when we start going towards the middle looks older than it does here. And that's because this one has been renovated more recently, just like we're doing with the left wing.
Oh.
Very good question, young man. Very good question.
Shucks. So, do you ever, mix the wings? Do you, work on projects that are, biochemistry?
Of course we do. You are full of excellent questions, young man. The scientist sort of moves a little bit towards you. The kids are sort of intermingling because this is a slightly more interactive portion, so the scientists can keep their eyes slightly less focused on the entire group. And they're like, one of the most important parts of science is making sure that we can communicate with others and work together to better benefit everyone. I know that our medical lab and our biology portion quite regularly have times that they'll toss ideas against each other to make sure that anytime a test comes through on the medical side, it's also being verified against what the biology side knows about how the human body works. And of course, with chemistry, that relates right well with both biology and medicine. This guy's like tickled pink that you are asking questions. I must say.
Yeah. Any like neat experiments you can tell us about?
Let me see. The guy sort of like leans back and rubs his chin. He's got like this sort of scruffy look of like he does shave, but he doesn't do it like particularly carefully. So he's got sort of like the sideburns, mustache, and goatee, and it's trimmed, but it's not like 100% put together. And he's got this wild sort of mane of black hair. It almost kind of looks like a lion, with the fact that it's that sort of specific type of curly, but not fully afro. And it's contained actually by a tiny little headband that you can really only see if you get close to him. He sort of like rubs his chin, and I don't know how to say this in a way that is not completely throwing out the narrative, so I'm just gonna say it plain. He's definitely Latin Mexican. I just wanted to say, because I was like, oh, that could all actually describe a white guy, and I don't want them to think I'm describing a white guy.
Fair.
So, he sort of like rubs his chin, and he's like, well, in the medical side, we have been testing some of the things that your local hospital actually has brought in, just to make sure that all the patients that have had their blood drawn have fully gotten everything safely taken care of, making sure that any viruses that pop up in their systems are all A-okay, which is why it's important to get your flu shot. That's exactly how we make sure that the flu shot is accurate. Let me see. I have to admit, chemistry right now is having a bit of a pause point because we're waiting for materials. Not that you have to worry about that. He sort of like remembers, oh wait, I'm talking to like kids. You don't need to know about the supply chain. And he's like, in biology, we have a lot of animals that we make sure that we help rehabilitate. There's some interesting things that we're doing with figuring out how animals can navigate with prosthetics. Which is when you have part of your body that no longer functions, and if they have to take it off, you can get a prosthetic, which is essentially a mechanical replacement. You probably already knew that, though. You seem like a pretty smart kid.
Yeah, thanks, I am. So, have the prosthetics worked?
Yes, quite a bit. It'll probably be at least a month before it's fully ready, but I know that at least one of the local news stations came here just a couple weeks ago. There's actually a dog in the community. His name is Fresco, and he has successfully gotten mostly used to a prosthetic front paw. I was delighted that our prosthetic engineers managed to figure out something like that. It was pretty impressive.
Oh, cool. You got pictures, or can we see?
I'm afraid that's all sort of classified stuff. We want to make sure that the family has privacy until this sort of full thing is ready, if you will. But
well, do you got like pictures of just the prosthetic then?
We probably do somewhere. Let me look. And the guy makes the very, very massive mistake of being so enraptured by someone being fascinated with science that he turns away from the group and wanders to one of the computers, trying to see if he can pull up something, because actually kids probably would be really interested in how we help a dog be able to live their best life. And now there is one less adult looking at the group. He is... Congrats, you've solved my scientist puzzle.
I kept on being like, I kept on trying to think of questions, but man, Tim Tim was killing it.
Tim is actually very curious and actually stands there for a bit and is like, oh wait, we got other things to do.
Yeah, Mason was just like, oh man, I want to see this dog, but then it was like, oh right, Sonic!
I want to think they both remembered at the same time and sort of like looked at each other like, Sonic!
Okay. They're roboticizing Sonic!
Roboticizing Sonic!
Mecha Sonic! Real!
What do you want to bet Eggman's in like the center?
Boss fight against Eggman this episode.
Okay.
Joe versus Eggman. Who has the better mustache?
No, Joe's not even gonna compete.
Joe, I'm so
yeah,
fucking sorry.
no
This is the one
competition there.
instance where Connor would root against you.
No, hey, he understands. He understands.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm looking at
Mason quickly whispers to Tim Tim, it's like, okay, we've given a layout. We know we need to head to the biology section.
Okay.
Let's gotta go where they're keeping Knuckles.
Yeah, Dakota. Dakota. Hey, Dakota.
What? Oh,
Like-
you guys saw it. I know you guys saw it too. I know you
Yeah,
guys aren't gonna...
we saw it. We saw it.
Saw it?
Oh, yeah, we definitely saw it. We believe you, but we need your help.
Dakota sort of like sidles closer and is like, how do you need my help? What do you need?
We need a distraction.
And then what are you two gonna do?
We're gonna sneak away and see if we can find it again.
I need you to roll Trust Me.
Okay, let's see if this works out any better.
And this time I'm gonna wait to see what the result is before I make Mason roll Help Out.
11.
Yeah, oh nice!
Yeah.
Mason, if you want to roll, we could get a plus
I
12.
can try. I can see if I can help out. That's only a 7 for help out.
Okay, let's see. You also expose yourself to trouble or danger.
Oof.
Oh, how am I gonna play that?
Actually, wait. Hold on.
Holding.
Oh, I get a +1 on all help out rolls. God. I have so many goddamn help out skills.
I know.
Mason is just minion coded.
He is here
Hench boy.
for the people.
And I need you to understand, we love and appreciate that so goddamn much. I would kill for Mason, and he wouldn't let me.
Mason would put you in jail himself.
I mean, maybe he'll help you, depending on the situation. But, so, I don't know. I guess that's still just an 8, so that's only partial.
Okay. How do I expose you to... Oh, I want to do twisty things with this, but I can't figure out how to make it twisty.
Twisty how?
I
Question.
don't know. I want to complicate things, but I don't know how to complicate it.
Consider. We can help. We're very good at making things complicated. Gestures at the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Here's what you do. you guys, working with Dakota, do manage to slip away entirely undetected by the main group. As you guys are trying to go to the left wing, though, an adult scientist does see you and calls out to you, and you run. So now somebody knows that there are kids out and about away from the main group.
Uh-oh.
That is your location.
Okay.
They haven't necessarily called for anybody, but they haven't necessarily not called for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's gonna come back to bite us in the butt. Come on, run me some.
Oh, okay. We got this.
Yeah, we got this. We're doing it for Sonic.
Never forget you do it for Sonic.
I didn't know Dakota could sing that well.
There's a lot we don't know about Dakota.
Yeah, they're an enigma. Right. Oh, yeah, here's the hub. Here's the center.
Gotta peek through, see all of the animals, where they're definitely keeping all of the lab-grown Sonic the Hedgehog characters.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, so far, I think the two groups sort of converge of Joe and Katie and Mason and Tim. And I think Connor is further in. But I think you two converge and you sort of like go through the doors before you really see each other. And you guys see that this area, honestly, is still kind of really similar to the chemistry area. But there are several places where there are cages with animals. And the interesting thing, the good thing, although only Joe knows that things could be entirely different, is that all of these animals seem to be very well taken care of. There are rats, there are a couple of guinea pigs, there's a little pen with like bunnies that are sectioned off to make sure that they don't fight with each other, but there's enough space for every animal has enough food, there's plenty of water. There's a lizard somewhere like further in that's like halfway through shedding their skin. And honestly, Joe, it's kind of surprising they didn't start with this area, aside from the fact that there's construction that they wanted to keep people away from, because the kids would just love these animals. But then
Katie is immediately at all of the like looking in.
Do any of these cages have Oh, hold on. I'm just as I start speaking, my sister is calling me. Give me a second.
Absolutely. It just means that Katie, Tim, and Mason see each other before Joe can catch up.
Katie got away.
Yeah. Dakota helped.
Dakota?
Yeah. They're pretty cool. Also, they make prosthetics for dogs.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Dakota makes prosthetics for dogs?
Yeah.
No, not Dakota. No, like
Thank you for saying it.
The people here make prosthetics for dogs.
That's so cool.
Okay, 1 point in the good part, but not in the lab-grown Sonic being kept from his friends part.
I mean, they do have animals in cages here.
I mean, they seem happy.
Are they?
These are the ones that they keep in places where people can see. They also said that the hospital area works with the animal area, so they probably got the lab-grown animals hidden somewhere.
In the center!
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Joe, you have come in to see that there is not just Katie, but also Mason and Tim, and they are all immediately theorizing about how the evil lab experiments must be in the center, and also something about prosthetics, probably?
Okay. My question was there any labels on the cages?
Yes, and the labels, let me see. I think the labels are very much the sort of like scientific, like part of XYZ test. This is how old the animal is. Any like major signs of anything in specific happening. And there's very much like, look at this folder inside this drawer to find all of the detailed notes. But here's like sort of the cliff notes of what's happening with this animal. I did not think we were going to get into animal experimentation with this, but that was a very big oversight on my part.
Hey.
Herding cats.
No, that's not you guys' fault. I'm the one who made it.
Looking at
There's a mysterious animal hanging around the science place. Yep.
Like, is there anything in the cliff notes to suggest, like... Man, Fable does not know much about, like, the logistics of animal experimentation.
Neither do I!
I know it was
like,
a very...
to indicate what's injected or if they're being treated well?
I guess is this a more... Because animals still get tested on today. Is this more of an inhumane testing happening?
So far, from what you can see, this looks incredibly humane because these animals are all kept in great condition. You don't see any animals that look like they're suffering at all. Some of the science jargon is a little hard to read through, but there's nothing to indicate that these animals are being actively abused as they're being experimented on. At least one of the, like, rats actively was injected with some sort of virus, but the rat so far doesn't seem to be suffering any complications that you can see. Obviously, you'd have to get a lot more detail to know, but you see that it was injected with, like, one of the active viruses going on, and the rat looks fine as it's moving around and interacting with, the station sort of going on its wheel and running around before burrowing into the sand. Nothing is dead. Anything that looks sick looks like it's being taken care of, and for the most part, none of the animals look sick. So,
Hey guys, are you sure that our Sonic friend came from here?
Well, they're doing experiments on animals here, so that's what makes sense, and that's why they've got it closed off from everybody.
Okay, but
where else would it have come from?
The bus.
What?
Yeah.
Why would an experiment be on the bus?
Well, more specifically under the hood of the bus.
What? Why?
Wait, it was in the engine?
It was in the bus, got out of the bus, and I lost track of it. Doesn't make much sense for an experiment to come back here.
Unless there are other
You
experiments.
brought Sonic the Hedgehog and you didn't tell us?
Oh gosh.
To be fair, I told several people that there was an animal.
But you didn't tell us.
To be fair, I knew you guys were gonna do this.
gestures at them vaguely.
Do you think not telling us would stop it?
Look, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you kids. I kind of do need this job, and you running off like this kind of puts that at jeopardy.
Well, then why didn't you tell us Sonic came from the bus?
You guys were I don't think you guys would have listened at the time. You seemed pretty set on going on your adventure. Which hey, I get it. Heck, seeing a blue animal with several noses, that sounds awesome.
Look, Mr. Kindler, I know you're very invested in making Connor think you're cool, but you need to pick a side if you're going to be responsible or if you're going to encourage us in our endeavors. Because right now it's making it very hard to trust you.
And he kind of looks at Mason, but did you not want to come on this adventure?
I'm here already, but now you're saying that you don't want to take us anymore, even though you never tried to stop us. us. All I'm saying is you need to decide if you're going to be an adult or if you're going to help us out.
I'm doing both right now and watching over you. Katie, don't touch that.
I'm not touching it.
Katie, tongue out.
I'm not touching it.
Well, don't look at it either. You're tempting yourself. Sticks his tongue back at her.
I mean, okay. You're here. You haven't told the other teachers, right?
Told Bernstein. Didn't tell him you're here. No.
Okay. Where's Connor?
But that gives us only a certain amount of time to actually be doing this snooping. Eventually, we will get caught.
Look, even if it came from the bus, that we still saw it coming here, which means it's here now, and we need to find him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know, he'll get caught and put in a cage
And then experimented on
or something.
Yeah. Yeah. But where's Connor? Like,
That's a good question. Where is Connor?
Hey, Connor! Kraken, are you here?
I think that.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
I think
got it.
you cut out.
You
Hi.
did.
Oh, no.
Where is Connor?
I just said, hey, Connor, like, here's Johnny.
well,
So, you are further in after taking as much time as you need to gush over the animals.
It was a good bit.
It was, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be here all week. Well, actually, I won't be here until 2 weeks from now, but I'll be there. I'll fucking be there. You, again, are several rooms in. You're sort of getting to, like, the end of this wing, and you're seeing the part where there's a lot more of the construction. It also seems to be paused. So there's nobody, like, actively looking around. There's nobody actively looking at you, but you've gone from the part where there's, like, most of the animals to the part that all of the animals have been cleared out of for their own safety, and you're seeing, like, the building blocks of construction. Like, there's drywall sheets rather than the weird stucco. You're seeing rooms that don't have any of the tables that are basically everywhere. What do you do?
It's a good question. Because the goal was to get here and find Sonic, but lab-grown Sonic does not appear to be here? Oh dear. I think after looking around for a moment, Connor's just gonna, like, Sonic! It's okay, little buddy. It's okay, you can come out. I mean, looks around. It's okay, Sonic.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Connor, please roll follow up on a clue. While I wheeze and die.
Will do. Please don't. I don't want to kill Snaten.
Making more jokes is not gonna help.
Well, there they go.
Sharp? No sharp? Okay, that is a 5.
Oof.
Oof.
A 5, you say?
oh no.
I do say.
God damn
Snaten,
it,
please.
I forgot that follow up on a clue still doesn't have the if you fail, because it's sort of like partially made. I still don't know where follow up on a clue came up. It's like it's not anywhere else. In the rules, it's literally just in the sheet. It's a very cool move, but let's see. You reveal some information to the monster or whomever you're talking to. All right. So, First, I have to let my throat recover because it actually
Yeah,
hurt.
please. Yeah, that sounded like when I was dying.
I don't know why I've suddenly started barking when I really get laughing hard, but it's sure happening. It's sure something that I do now. Okay, let's see. Reveals. I think what happens is you finally stumble on a place that is so open. It's got like the clear tarp, but doesn't even have a proper wall yet out to the open. And Connor, Sonic is there.
Sonic real.
Sonic's so fucking real. Sonic, unfortunately, does look more like some sort of rabbit because it's got the big sort of like giant disproportionate legs, and it has some longer ears. They're semicircular, but more like an oval. One is like flopped over itself halfway. The other is sort of like trailing behind. It's got these tiny little front paws that make it look like a T-Rex almost. Instead of the more usual position where it would be on all fours, it's on its back. You see the wisp of tail sort of like behind it. It's in the shape of a raccoon tail, but it's much, much smaller. And it sort of like trails on the ground as it sort of like moves one way and the other, barely brushing the ground with its length, but still long enough to do so. It is this sort of light blue fur, so unfortunately not exactly like Sonic. It's almost able to blend in with the noon sky, sort of that sort of midday blue where it's not yet like that deep saturated blue, but the sort of everything is light blue. You once again see its multiple noses, and it actually sort of has like a big maw underneath it where several of the lower noses have like one connected jaw, but the jaw is closed. It's not like menacing, it's not like hissing at you. And it has about 5 sets of little black eyes you couldn't discern before because they're so small. A set of 2 are very much in sort of the normal placement that you would expect. Another set of 2 are right under the ears, and there's one final eye that looks kind of blinded, that's like looking like in the middle of their forehead up to the sky. It's the cutest goddamn thing you've ever seen in your life.
Correct. Connor is in love.
You never want to be separated from this thing. You want to work with this thing.
Connor wants to, pick it up, swing it back and forth, call him George, all that.
I will hug him and squeeze him and call him George and do.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah.
And, Connor, the next time that you roll to do anything that this creature thinks is against it, you are gonna have -2. Because you've been enthralled by this creature.
Yep.
In a way that is far more literal than you realize.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I was like, we're getting into mindfuckery.
Me, this episode, man, Connor's revealing that, like, he's an animal lover and will adopt new pets, and his mom keeps finding new pets, and now we're here.
Yep.
Yeah. Congrats. You are now enthralled by the creature. The good news is that does mean that the creature allows you to slowly approach.
Can he pet?
That is the question.
Does he try?
He is approaching this wonderful creature, this beautiful creature, love of his life, by, crouching low to its level, however big this actually is, but
It's like,
crouching down and just sort of
like
the
your
crab
knee
shuffle
at the
forward.
highest, and it's like to a
my
kid knee at the
goodness.
highness. So
Oh my
it's
goodness.
very compact and small, even though it's able to make itself taller if it like went on its tippy toes. In its natural state of like on its toes but hunched down, it's to your knee, and that's a kid knee.
Wow, a kidney's very small, Snail.
Kidney
Two of
is
those
very
fit in a
small,
person.
Yes.
Shut the fuck up. You know what I meant. Knee-high to a grasshopper. Fuck you.
Doing the shuffle forward where you've crouched down and you have a hand out towards a nervous dog or cat. A practiced move for Connor.
A very
How to train your
practiced move
Sonic.
for Connor.
How to train your Sonic.
He is...
Unfortunately, Connor has been trained by Sonic.
So you are holding your hand out and moving in a way that is not threatening, but is very confident. You're not trying to like shy away. So you see as this creature's multiple noses like sniff at the air, sniff around your fingers, let you move closer and closer, and finally contact.
Touch!
Touch.
It doesn't let you get a full pet in. When you try, it immediately like leaps away and shows just how quickly it has proven it can move. But you are able to make contact with 2 fingers and start brushing it before it shies away. It is,
That is victory.
I will admit, incredibly soft. At least to you.
This is the best day of Connor's life. He never wants to leave.
He never wants to leave this creature. Leaving the creature would be bad, but staying with the creature, helping the creature, that would be marvelous. That would be all that really matters.
Exactly. He knew from the moment he spotted its several little snoots out the window. This is where he's meant to be.
Oh no.
So, everybody else, you have stumbled through the rest of the area with however many conversations are spawned off of the fact that there are so many animals around. And you come to this place that has a lot of construction. You see this clear tarp. You see a white lab coat draped over something that is very small. And you see Connor's hair outside of the tarp. What do you do?
Connor, did you find it?
Connor, where's Sonic?
Snail, can Connor hear this, or is Connor lost in the sauce?
Connor can hear this. Connor cannot take his eyes away from the creature, but he can respond.
Cool. I wasn't sure if this was like a complete total all senses focused. So, it doesn't look like the blurry Connor shape moves in any way. We're just like, oh, you made it. Yeah, Sonic's out here.
Wait, you found it?
Yeah.
Katie is scuttling forward.
Nope. He grabs her by the. Wait. Nope. I'm pulling the adult card. Everyone, stay. Pulling the adult card.
Connor's right there, and he's fine.
He's also.
Yeah, it's okay. Sonic's wonderful.
It's weird that he didn't
He
respond
hasn't.
to Kindler.
Connor, can you turn around, buddy?
But Sonic's here.
Your favorite Mr. Kindler is here too.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, all of you, stay right here. And
Connor?
Joe is gonna start slowly walking over to Connor.
All right. So the thing that you must understand is that this has gone from one shape, very confident but not threatening, moving towards animal, to multiple voices, one large shape moving towards two small animal.
Yeah.
I am going to need somebody, and you can choose who, to read a bad situation.
What's the plus on that one?
Yeah.
That one is sharp.
Say, I
Sharp.
feel like that's a Mason? Yeah, Kate.
Yeah, Mason's
wait,
got
I
a +2 on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only got a +1, so.
Yeah, I've got a +1.
Got a 0.
This is going to be the worst betrayal. Betrayed by Sonic.
Oh my god,
Damn.
did I? Holy shit.
What?
Does
Oh.
Tim have sharp?
Okay.
None.
Okay.
So that's a 14.
Hey!
Holy
Did you roll a 12?
Holy
I rolled a 12.
Heck yeah!
That is the first A above 12 we've had these entire 8 sessions, and B the first quote unquote nat 20. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is incredible. Okay, so not only do you get to hold 3, but because you rolled a natural 12, I'm going to go ahead and give you an extra question with the condition that's listed. On a +10, you hold 3. On a +12, you can ask the keeper any question you want about the situation, not just the listed ones. The listed ones can give you inspiration, but you can ask me anything.
All right. Yeah, the best way out. I mean, I guess the question is, what's the biggest threat of the ones listed here? Because clearly there's weirdness going on, but it's hard to, with the amount of information we have, it's where is the biggest actual danger is the first one.
So what happens is Joe starts moving forward and the creature leaps back, and Connor does not seem to be hurt. He is able to move and he's responding. But the moment the creature moves, Connor's neck sort of snaps to where it is in this, most people watch where something goes, not are completely forcibly drawn to where something has moved. Again, as Connor sort of crawls and shuffles back towards it, he doesn't seem to be hurt. But this creature is reacting poorly to Joe, and Connor doesn't seem fully in control as the creature backs away.
Scuttle, scuttle, scuttle.
The creature does not seem to be attacking Joe either, though. Yet.
Okay. So I guess the non-listed question is this an Eilon thing? If Mason were to block Connor's eye line, would that break whatever's happening to him?
Ooh.
So Connor's eye line doesn't indeed seem to be locked on this creature. He's not looking around the creature. He's not looking to keep an eye on the creature. It's locked on this creature, and with the way that you're looking and trying to figure out what's going on, you see the glint of the eye that's in the center of the forehead, and You don't know that it was different before, but as you squint at it, you see it's the exact same color as Connor's eye.
Oh, that's creepy.
Ooh.
That's good.
Not not in a way that's like, oh, it's also blue or green. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten what color Connor's eyes are. But it's
That's a good question. I don't know.
it's got the exact same like color flecks in the eye,
Oh.
even though it's so small. Which again,
That's fucky.
it's really hard to see because it's so small and it's moving further away, but eyes are distinctive, and you can see this looks exactly like Connor's eye. So breaking concentration, breaking the line of sight that Connor can't seem to break himself, definitely seems like a start.
Okay. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? So obviously we've noticed this creature, we've noticed that Connor's weirdly locked onto it. Is there anything else here that...
So you sort of like look around, try to think, try to process what can we do, what can we do, what can we do, and your brain skips back over the fact that you and Tim evaded but were still seen by a scientist. You guys probably aren't in immediate danger of being found out, but the clock is actually ticking, and you'd forgotten that.
Okay. That's just a different can of worms to worry about.
Again, it's not a immediate threat, but it is on the horizon if you guys don't start figuring this out at some point.
Sure. Okay, that's 3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
I get one more. I think the next one is what's the best way in, because Joe marching in just the from the front, the way they've come, has made it immediately aware and freaked out. So is there an extra way to get in there and help that won't freak it out further, hopefully?
You and Connor did not start out the best of friends before the whole situation. You were part of the friend group, and you kind of latched onto the friend group because they were actually a friend group that would tolerate your you-ness. But since you guys have finally started going from just a group of kids to an important group of kids that are working together to help save people and figure out all of the mysteries of what's happening with the portals and so forth, you have grown to be better friends with the others, even if that's nowhere near complete yet. You know each person in the group better than you did before. And one of the things you've seen the way that Connor interacts with animals more. And Connor is actively locked in with this animal that's behaving kind of like an animal. It seems like Joe's frontal approach is scaring it, but if you can find a way to make it less scared, try to approach from the side, don't glare at it, but do the cat blink thing Connor told you about once, maybe you could get closer to it?
Okay. Mason registers all of this in quick order, and he is going to latch onto Joe's sleeve and go, "Wait a minute. It's freaked out. Give me a second. I think I can do this."
you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you planning?
Just get down low and be very quiet. If it gets scared, it'll freak out. I think it's just lost.
Hey. Tim like rifles through his pockets and pulls out a bag of trail mix.
He does always have snacks.
Mm-hmm.
Always have snacks. That's my Tim. That's my boy.
I thought it was kind of whack that she put like dried fruit in, but you know what? Maybe it was a good idea after all.
Yeah, I think that'll help.
Okay.
Just stay cool. Stay calm, and if we all go at it, it'll only freak it out more.
Okay.
So just
I'm planning on going to Connor, making sure he's okay.
Like Tim.
I would feel a lot better if all of you would stay here. I'm not going for.
Okay.
Yeah, Katie,
Mr. Joe. I know you mean well, but if there's anybody who knows feral, it's Katie. Katie. Hands Katie the bag of trail mix.
Yeah.
That is a wounded wolf out there.
Oh.
He doesn't have a pack. He's scared.
don't look at its top eye. Also,
yeah.
Katie is like deadly serious, nodding like she understands. And probably to what everybody expects, when she does turn to crawl out to go out there, she is quite literally crawling.
Joe is
doing.
Can I say Joe watches this and he does actually look at Mason because Mason seems to be the smart. Mason does seem to be the smart kid here, and knows these other kids better than he does, and he's kind of looking for the opinion of the smart kid of am I really going to be letting this kid do this?
Am I really trusting like that?
Like, you know her better than I do.
Is
Mason? Let's be real. He's honestly a little bit uncertain, but he also knows if they spend time arguing about this, they're giving more time for it to go wrong. So he just he like holds up a hand to Joe to just be like, give her a chance.
In that case, he's gonna go around the other side and staying low because his goal is still to get to Connor. But he will crouch down very low. He's not going to get on his stomach, but he's going to stay low and very slowly make his way around to get to Connor and not freak the thing out.
Katie is moving like, I wouldn't say she's creeping, but it's slow and it's purposeful and like she's on all fours, but it's not like a direct crawl at. It's more like she's turned to the side and like I don't know how else to describe the way that she is like spider crab walking at this thing.
Scuttle.
Yeah.
Scuttling. Sidling.
I genuinely think I'm not gonna make you guys roll yet. I think I'm just gonna keep writing this out. The creature is still very alarmed by Joe, and Connor is still locked in, entranced by this thing. So as Joe gets closer, the creature moves back. Connor moves back, but its noses are sort of sniffing in the air in sort of like this back and forth motion. It's weirdly snake-like. Even though the rest of the body is very much small creature animal, the way that it's moving its nose is this strange sort of like snake back and forth. And it definitely does as Katie starts getting close, like jump back one more time. Connor's head snaps to it. Connor crawls towards it more. But it doesn't fully shy away as Katie keeps doing this weird sort of crab walk towards it. And again, isn't making signs that she's a threat.
Yeah.
So Katie actually gets to Connor before Joe does. What does she do?
Katie has been given trail mix. So Katie is going to, like, not at the creature, because she knows that things tend to run. When she's, like, tried to throw food at other animals, they've backed away when she throws it at them. But to the side of it, she's going to start, like, you know, not all of it, but she's going to start tossing some trail mix.
The creature does do its little, like, hop motion that, again, for the most part, you guys have seen it, like, just launch backwards. And it's gotten pretty far with that. With this, it's much more, it's casual is not the word I'm looking for, but it does seem more relaxed. And it, like, hops twice to one side, hops once to the other, hops forward a little bit, little tiny dinosaur hands that are still just as furry as the rest of it grab onto, like, one of the little fruit pieces, hops back, like, 3 times, watches. You see the very edge of these tiny, beady white eyes. Not white eyes, sorry. The eyes are black, but at the very edge where most earth animals have white, it's instead this sort of, like, it's a very much sort of darker blue, so it's kind of hard to see between the edge of the eye of this creature, but you do see sort of the eyes in the same way that you would see a scared dog's white of their eyes when they're really, really freaking out. And it hops again away from Joe, like, I don't trust like that. I don't trust like that.
Joe has stopped. Joe has stopped walking. He sees what's happening and he has stopped walking, and he's kind of like he's lowered down to his knees, hands kind of in the air to show where they are.
That is what gives the creature enough confidence to sort of, like, bring the food closer. You guys now can see exactly how wide the maw is, which is kind of disconcerting, but it's still not baring its teeth. It's still not trying to attack anything. It's just sort of nibbling at this, like, crystallized piece of dry fruit and, like, trying to watch everybody at once while the center of its eye stays the color of Connor's.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Connor. You didn't bring any snacks.
No, I forgot them in my cubby. I should have brought snacks. Yeah. Guess it's hungry.
Yeah, a little bit. It's okay, though. And she just keeps, like... She keeps just tossing bits at it. She's not quite looking at it. She's actually kind of avoiding looking at it.
Katie!
What?
Katie!
What?
Try pulling his coat over his head.
That's so smart. Katie is going to toss a bit more food to, have it, like... Yep, there you go. That's a little bit more than than I've been giving you. And then she's gonna reach back for his coat, and she is going to try to make it the fastest, like, flip that she can. Like, because she knows it's gonna probably bolt when this happens.
I'm gonna need you to act under pressure.
Da 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 da. Okay.
Can I count as a help out? Do you need a help out?
You should.
Okay, so act under pressure is Okay. Please just jump me to it, because I need to... There we go. Do you have... You do have cool! Yay! Okay, so... That's a +1 to that. Hey, that's a 10!
Nice.
That's a 6 + 3 + 1. Yay!
Awesome. And for me, my help out is, let's see. Oh. When fighting a monster, if you help someone, don't roll +cool. You automatically help as if you'd rolled a 10.
Hey,
Holy shit.
Hey!
nice.
That
Nice.
fucking rocks. You're doing great. You guys are doing amazing. So, Connor is not able to react quickly enough to avoid the lab coat being drawn over his eyes. Connor, it sort of feels like something in your forehead kind of hurts. And you can't see Sonic anymore, and that's bad, but ow, that doesn't hurt bad, but it stings.
Oh, what? Hey, Katie! Hands probably scrambling at head through coat, and especially with a roll like that, isn't able, I imagine, to immediately try to flip it off or anything because...
Oh no.
Confusion.
Yeah.
Hey, ow! Sonic? Where's Sonic?
Sonic
Where is Sonic?
also, meanwhile, makes this... It's probably a hiss, but it's this sort of very guttural noise, like it can't properly even get high enough to make a hiss, and it shoots backwards. You guys see its eye turn back to this sort of milky white blinded color that only Connor will know was what it looked like before, but that'll require him getting his head out from under the coat. And it's still holding a piece of fruit as it completely turns and starts shooting away from you guys. What do you do?
Ow, ow. Ah, that's...
Katie is making sure Connor doesn't run after it.
Yeah, I assume he's
is
not
Joe
trying to
close
do
enough?
that.
Do what?
Is Joe also close enough to, if Connor tries moving, to stop Connor?
For sure. You guys would have to roll to protect someone, but that requires Connor to start trying to run for it. And he's still under the coat.
He's still under the coat. The thrall has technically been broken, but he's confused, and his emotions towards lab-grown Sonic were positive even before this happened, so I think he realizes it sounds like lab-grown Sonic is running away. He's going to try and stumble to feet just because, hey, friend!
Hey, it's
Yeah,
okay, little guy!
If Joe's within reach, he's gonna, like,
Scoop.
he's gonna, just attempt to scoop Kid up and be like, I don't think you want to follow Sonic right now, Kid. I think Sonic wants alone time.
I would say roll to protect someone, but actually Joe is big, adult, and he has decent tough. I'm just gonna say it's an automatic success. Connor is...
He was also ready.
Yeah. Connor's discombobulated. He's got a lab coat over his head. He is child-sized. I think Joe just managed to
grown
scoop
man,
him up.
a very big grown man at that.
Yeah.
We are all lusting over Joe. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You don't need to call me out.
Yes,
Don't
I
gotta
do,
call
because
me
you
out.
all were silent. You all were pretending it wasn't real.
And Katie is staying with them, yeah?
Yeah.
Looks to see if he needs to grab Katie as well.
Katie was making sure Connor did not go with. So like Katie is in her right mind.
Thank God.
Good. Joe is gonna start carrying Connor back to the other kids before he even thinks about putting him down on his feet.
Yeah.
All right, but I will mention to the other kids, this thing sort of definitely mind controlled your friend, and it's now running away.
Yeah.
How is it right now?
Out of sight yet, or?
No, not yet, but remember, it's a fast little fucker.
Aptly named.
Yeah. Not Grotonic. You know what? I'm being quiet so someone else can have the opportunity, but if no one else is, Mason's gonna run and try and intercept the thing.
Does he try and pass Joe on the way? Because Joe will.
He's only got so many arms, Joe. You can't carry all the kids.
I can tuck one kid under an arm and try and grab the other.
You said there was a tarp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
Pincer attack. Tim Tim's gonna run forward and grab the tarp.
All right.
Oh, okay, we're moving.
I'm gonna say... Oof. Uni, I really want to make you roll anything but roll to help out, but actually, you use it so well. I can't even try. I think Tim needs to roll act under pressure, and Uni, you can roll your heart's content.
Would this count as an improvised weapon?
I think it should. Tell me why.
Well,
Ain't nothing but a heartache. Sorry, go ahead.
Tim is attempting to use this like a gladiator trying to net an opponent.
All right. I guess that means, you know what? If you're trying to use it like a gladiator, you don't roll act under pressure. You roll to kick some ass.
Hell yeah!
Aw, yeah.
Okay.
Plus tough.
So that's plus tough. Nice. And tough is little guy. Actually, it's not bad. It's a 2. So we'll go with 2. And is there nothing else? Okay. 11.
Yo.
Oh, hell yeah. And again, fighting a monster, automatically you act as though I roll a 10
Nice.
to help out.
That
Okay,
means
so-
that's a
and
12.
I've also-
I get-
That's a 12?
Yeah, well, no, because I also get +2 instead of +1 when successfully helping another
Heck
hunter.
yeah!
Lucky 13. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's a 13, baby.
Okay.
And Tim has the wallop move, which allows him to choose an extra effect for an improvised weapon attack, and he's going to go with entangle them in the tarp.
Okay. Entangle them. The other things that you can do is you can choose an enhanced effect of you completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved get +1 forward. You suffer no harm at all. Your attack inflicts double the harm, which I'm guessing you don't want to do.
No.
Or your attack drives the enemy away. Which do you choose?
Completely hold the advantage.
Alrighty. In that case, I got good news and I got bad news. The good news is all of you guys once again get the advantage. This thing is running scared. It's completely entangled. It doesn't seem like it can do much. But what it does do is it does make the same sort of like guttural trying to hiss but can't noise. And it does bite you. So, Tim, this is gonna hurt a little bit. Take +2 harm.
Meow.
Rude.
I know.
You guys literally entrapped this dude.
Yeah. Rude.
I know.
This is entrapment.
Yeah.
All
Mind
right.
whammied your friend first.
Yeah. Maybe it shouldn't have mind whammied Connor.
Ow! I got holes in me.
So we have had 2 people go. This is technically combat, so you guys won't be able to go until everybody's had a chance. Who wants to go next? Joe, Connor, or Katie? And what do you do?
Connor honestly would just be trying to see again. He doesn't know what's going on. Things are happening very fast.
Things are happening very fast.
Yeah.
Squirming, wiggling child.
What I can have you do is, by the next round, you get the lab coat out from over your head, but you can't do anything else this round.
Yep, completely fair. I just wanted to establish that was Connor's only goal. Not even to get down, just to see what the hap is fucking.
Can Joe make the move to actually, like, he's going to get down on his knees, put Connor on his feet, and actually help him, and just make sure that Connor is okay.
Aww.
And to make sure Connor's, like, looking at him.
Yeah.
You absolutely can do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say roll Trust Me, because when you use it on another hunter, you give them experience and +1 forward. And also, that's just really nice. That's just really nice. Roll Appeal.
Hold on, this is not letting me. Are you gonna let me look for what the fuck Trust Me is? Hello, thank you. No, it's not.
You wanted to
There we
think
go.
about it.
Oh, but that's plus
I love
appeal.
this game. I love you guys. You're also very nice. You guys are great.
As are you.
I don't like this because it's plus appeal, and my appeal is not good.
You still gotta roll for it, buddy. You still gotta
I do.
try. Never
I
give
do.
up, never surrender.
Trust
Well,
in
this
the
is
heart
the
of the
test.
cards.
Well, as I've stated, this is the testing roll. This has to be the testing roll. Oh my god.
Did it work?
Strangely enough, it. Oh my god. So, that was a 4 on both dice. I have a -1 to appeal. It's a straight 7.
Straight 7. So, let's go ahead. For Trust Me, on a 7 and 9, Connor knows that you have a point, but you still don't exactly want to do what he does. So, you get to ask Connor to do something. Connor gets a point of experience if he does what you ask, but you have to phrase it in a way that it's not like, oh, of course. It's like, I don't want to, but okay. Probably something along the lines of, don't run after Sonic. You did get mind controlled.
I'm sorry, could you repeat? I'm sorry, Snail, could you repeat that?
Absolutely. So, you get to tell Connor something to do. If he does it, he marks a point of experience. But you have to phrase it in a way that it's not something that's like so totally obvious. It has to be something that he kind of doesn't want to do, so that he has the choice to not do it, although he's forsaking the experience. So likely, you could say something as simple as, don't run after Sonic.
I think the way he phrases it, because I'm picturing him, he's on his knees, he's in front of Connor. He's gone from having his hands on Connor's shoulders to having them on both sides of his face, so the kid is looking at him.
Uh-huh.
And he's just gonna be like, hey, come on, man, you gotta leave it be, man. You gotta leave it be, alright?
Mr. Kimber, is Sonic hurt? What happened? Is Tim hurt? I heard him yell. Tries to, look to see what's happening, and Joe's not letting that happen.
Leave it be. Take a second, leave it be, man. I think Tim got bit. Your Sonic friend, not sure if it's a friend just yet.
I don't...
But I need you to leave it be. I know, it sucks.
Why?
Well, because I think he was trying to mind control you.
Yeah, you were a little bit mind controlled.
Yeah.
This is very funny to me, Snail, because one of Connor's things is You Wish, which is where he can mark experience if he doesn't do an adult. too.
Oh my god.
So, like, either way.
Experience
Take
will be
your
had.
Poison, Connor.
He very does much respect and look up to Mr. Joe Kindler.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Kindler did also just confirm that his good friend Tim got bit.
Yeah.
And that you got mind controlled.
And that, which
These
is
kids are
strange.
stupidly self-sacrificial for each other.
They really are.
Joe is learning this really quick. Is about to learn this really quickly.
Ride or die.
In this case, die, but you know.
Yeah, might be die.
They grow up so fast.
Does he...
Too fast. How does
look-
Miss Bernstein do this? He's not envy that woman's job at all.
He's envying it less by the second.
Yeah.
Does
I think
he look?
this is genuinely such a hard choice. We're gonna have to roll a die.
Does he have to roll to look? Because Joe's holding his face.
He's acting.
Joe would be holding his face pretty firmly, yeah.
Yeah, but there's two different compulsions. It's pretty instinctive to look when you say
There's
that
two
your friends-
wolves in Connor.
There are two wolves.
Okay, so
Yeah,
odds
there's two wolves.
he
One is
looks,
Sonic, the other's
evens
Katie.
he... Odds he looks, evens he...
Can't.
goes with what his hero, his idol, telling him to do.
All right. I like those odds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Connor is still kind of overwhelmed and not knowing much what's going on and really not getting much clarity, but takes a deep breath and stays where he is.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a good boy. Mark that experience, baby.
Heck yeah.
There you
so
go, man.
proud of him. Wipes tear away from my eye.
He is okay though, right? Gonna be okay?
Yeah. Let me be very clear now that we've gotten out of the first time. This sort of weird thing that this creature is doing, it has not harmed Connor. He's got basically a headache. And he does
That's
not
good. That was also Connor asking Joe.
Oh.
Well, and
I see.
Both
This
are
is
relevant
pretty cool.
answers.
this is where Joe looks over and kind of sees, well, he's still standing. Well, he's still standing. So he's not
That's
dead.
good.
Yeah.
All
Hey,
right.
He's a
how are you?
wrestler. He's gonna win the tournaments, you know.
Oh, I can believe it. Oh, for sure. I believe that. How are you? You alright, though? How's your brain?
Hurts?
Okay.
Stings.
Okay, that's not surprising, because... Yeah, you were... That... Not a scientist, but that definitely looked like mind-controlled.
Katie, my
Joe
dear.
would also probably understand, man, this kid probably has whiplash from how hard his head was jerking around.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. One hand is kind of reaching up to rub his neck, like, ow.
Yeah, he just pats him on the head, checks him down. Also, someone helped him. He also looks... probably looks over at Katie. Katie, who seems the most available to act next, just goes, go help Tim. Tim.
Okay.
Do not get bit.
I
Please.
will do my best. Katie is... Being the wolf girl understands, sometimes you just get bit.
Katie the Wolf Girl says, I
Sometimes
will
by
do
Katie.
the fighting.
Yeah, Katie will do the biting.
Mhm.
But yeah, she's gonna, make her way to Tim and make sure that the creature is not biting him more.
Yeah. This thing wrestles dirty!
Well, wrestle dirtier.
Okay, fine!
Your
Coach isn't here to
you're
see
like
you break
3
rules.
times its size. Just lift the
Please
tarp.
don't buy it back.
Tim says nothing. He was thinking of it.
Katie is just like, you're like 3 times its size. Just lift the tarp.
Okay, fine. I think I got it pretty well netted. Okay. Going to attempt to finish entangling, completely wrap this thing up in a bag of tarp.
All right, let me see. I'm gonna have you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have you roll to kick some ass, and Katie, you roll to help out.
Hey, all right. Let's.
So that
And don't forget, +1 forward from holding the advantage.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
You guys are so
Okay.
smart. You guys are so good.
Let's see.
So, 3.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Oh.
I need to roll my help out, which she does get a plus, but also I think, yeah, she also gets another +1 from the There's No I in team. Oh, she also gets bodyguard.
Oh, sweet.
That's if basically she takes. Ooh. Okay.
Yes.
Hang on. So that's I need to math. So that's an 8 total.
Alrighty.
So that's 2 plus 4. So.
Alright. Since this was to roll to kick some ass and the other was a roll to help out, Breaks, what did you get again?
A 10.
A 10. Katie got an 8. Alright. So you get to continue to wrap the creature entirely. You can keep the +1 forward. You can suffer less harm. You can force them where you want them. Or you can inflict terrible harm, which again, I assume you don't want to do.
No.
What I think happens... go ahead and tell me what effect you want.
Inflict less harm.
Alright, good choice.
Jeez.
Because with Bodyguard, what happens is that you continue wrapping this thing up. Katie sees the thing is about to bite you, tries to move the wrap over its mouth, and instead gets, like, the teeth snag against her skin, and she takes +1 harm, whereas you do not take any.
Okay.
So you only get 1 harm, Katie. You have failed in your mission to not get bit, but now the mouth is wrapped up in addition to the rest of it.
Yep. She knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah.
And we are back to the top of the round. I'm going to go ahead and say that Tim has already acted. Katie...
shouldn't the creature get a turn?
No, I always react. I react to
Oh, okay.
everything.
Okay.
So anything that you guys do is what I am reacting to, and then you guys get the next turn.
Okay, cool.
All right. This does seem to be wrapping up. But what do the rest of you guys do? You guys now have the thing. Now what?
Well, Mason is concerned because he does know that someone is coming after them, so he's listening for if that is en route.
All right. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You do not yet hear footsteps, but you do hear the sound of voices coming eventually. So, unfortunately, you guys have been labeled as lost, but they're not there quite yet. The halls are echoey enough you can hear the start of battle.
Okay. Well, we should probably try to get back soon so Mr. Kindler doesn't get fired.
Oh my god. Yeah, we don't want him to get fired. It's good. Like, can you let go now? Am I allowed to see?
We got it wrapped up.
All right. Yeah, you're good.
But what do we do with it?
I
Um,
don't think it's Sonic, sadly.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Emotionally
Yeah,
devastating
admittedly.
revelation, but true.
yep.
Can't leave him here.
No.
Where do we take him, though?
I mean, before this happened, I was just gonna keep him at my house.
Don't
I
think that's
don't
a
think
good idea.
Yeah, your mom is gonna like flip if you bring home another animal.
Yeah, not to mention one that
Another
can
mind
control minds.
controlly animal.
Yeah.
I have a
I
question.
mean, if she is mind controlled, she can't protest, but, no.
Snail, I have a
Yes.
question.
I love questions.
Is there anyone Joe can think of to bring this to?
There's nobody in specific, but now that you're having time to reflect on this, you're finally thinking through and going, oh, wait. Even if I don't have a body to take this to, if this came from the bus, it's probably from where we're at, and there's probably a portal that can take it home. You just have to get there.
Okay,
And
here's
figure
what
out
we're gonna.
where.
All right. So that thing was in the bus. It came from home. There's probably a portal open. So here's what we're gonna do. There's luggage compartments at the bottom of the bus. Make sure that thing is tight. Make sure that thing is tight and secured. We'll sneak it in under there. And here, assuming we do not get caught on the way, when we get back, Katie,
Yeah.
you scratched your arm messing with the fountain thing.
Yeah.
Tintin,
Okay.
Mhm.
you also got scratched up trying to help her not spray herself in the face with water.
Looks at the half moon circle of teeth marks that are like in his shoulder. Okay.
And you and the rest of you got worried about the rest of you got worried about Katie and wandered off. Does this
Now
sound?
this tracks. I've gotten grounded for that exact thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Joe is now having realizations about these kids.
all right. Well,
Not the first
Let's
time
go
I've been
before-
grounded. It'll be the last.
let's go before we're caught. Worst case, you're grounded. No, actually, worst case, you get detention with Bergstein. And frankly, I'd rather you guys not.
What is the bundle of monster doing? Is this a wiggly bundle?
Not particularly.
Or is it more once you cover its eyes, it chills out?
It doesn't.
It's like a
seem to
bird
be
in a cage.
chill, but it's not wiggling. You sort of look
Okay.
at it and go, "Oh, it's playing dead. That's
Okay.
very sad."
Okay.
Aww.
Yep. Under Tim's shirt it goes.
Oh my god!
That's like the worst place to hide it, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
stop you.
No. I literally have a giant bus jacket on.
Okay. Out from under the t-shirt it comes.
Yeah, Joe is going to take the bag and he's gonna double check to make sure this tarp is tight. Not to hurt it, but just to make sure that when he hides this under the bus, it's not getting out.
Yeah.
Tim finds like one of those like rolls of like cellophane that they use to wrap like pallets and just wraps it onto Joe's torso.
Oh my god.
Incredible. That will make nobody curious.
No.
None at
Joe's
all.
gonna crinkle when he walks, it's fine.
He just shrugs. Yeah. Okay.
He
If
crinkles a
anyone
little.
asks, I'll say I am.
Got it, Joe.
I'm-
That crinkle crackles.
Someone's going to ask, and if they do, he's just going to say, "I'm with kids."
Of course, I crinkle.
Of course, I crinkle.
Crunchy.
You know what? That's fair. He's a little crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say you guys' plan is good enough to get you back. And with the help of a couple of other adults, Jillian is very grumpy to be interrupted during the middle of her job, but she is able to locate which of the portals blue probably came from. The only question left is, how do you safely get it from net to there? What do you do?
Have we done a... Hold on, just so I'm clear. Have we done a time skip where we're at the portal now, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I just wanted to save us some time because I know that we're right about where we need to be.
All right. Well, the best thing I'm thinking of is to untighten it and just throw the whole tarp through.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good?
That sounds like it works for me.
All right.
It'll figure its way out.
Yeah. It's
Hold Mason like brought blankets. Like, hold this up over your eyes after we toss.
Oh, he's so smart.
Oh, yep. Thank you.
All right.
And yeah, he's gonna loosen the tarp. He's gonna loosen the tarp enough to not for it to immediately get out, but after he has chucked it into the portal, it should manage to get itself out and go home. Preferably, that is the plan.
Goodbye, not Sonic. I'll miss you.
You were
Free Willy.
No,
Yep.
that was the one before here. This one.
Wow.
You guys successfully throw it through. You guys cover your eyes. You guys don't hear anything. After several moments, you guys alternate, like, trying to peek out. Like, is it good? Is it not? And you guys are not able to close the portal, but for the moment, the creature does not seem to be trying to get back out. So congratulations!
Woo!
You have solved my creature Sonic puzzle!
Yeah! Woo! We did it! We saved Sonic!
We saved Sonic!
For now.
Who wants to spend my new paycheck on pizza?
Hey.
Joe did say he would take him for pizza.
He
He
promised.
did say that.
He is nothing if not a man of his word.
Mm-hmm. Tim, and Katie, same bite mark.
Mm-hmm.
Same bite mark.
Same
So
bite
do
mark.
you guys want to get that like checked for rabies or?
I don't. Alien rabies.
Yeah,
Wait.
fine.
Are we weird aliens
no,
now?
we're at least gonna. I've got a basic med kit in my truck. We're gonna at least do basic disinfectant on that.
Oh, okay.
Trust me, I've had infected bite parts. It's not what it's cracked up to be.
Alien bacteria.
What bit you?
It was a raccoon.
Ugh.
Okay, those can have rabies.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
absolutely can.
I was very lucky. Oh, do you want to know what happens if you get rabies? It involves
No.
a very big needle
Uh.
in a very uncomfortable place. Don't
Ugh.
recommend it.
Yeah, mom told me about that.
Yeah.
As
Not
you
fun.
guys talk about unfortunate needles and big rabies, I'm gonna go ahead and have the cameras slowly fade out because I think that might have literally been our best session yet, which doesn't feel possible because there's so many things that we have done. But I'm just so excited for when we finally get through all of my bullshit that it takes to get to this point. Because I'm just so excited for 1 to 2 session mysteries.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy we're gonna get there because I now know what it's going to look like, and it looks incredible.
See, that's what the one-shots also help with.
Yeah.
Get used to the system and figure out what works. It's all part of the plan.
I'm so happy.
And
Okay.
at some point, Katie and Tim get fun scarves. Woo!
Woo!
It's
I'm
gonna be
just imagining that Tim and Katie later get those bite marks like tattooed over, and now
Oh,
they've got
heck yeah.
tattoos.
Yeah.
Someday they are gonna be so epic poggers.
Mhm.
All right, really.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'd bet money that at some point all these kids are gonna get bit, and then they can all have bite
Fight
mark club.
tattoos, yeah.
Bite mark
Getting
tattoo.
a
not
bite
have
mark
a-
tattoo would make his sisters have a fit. So he
Oh,
should
yeah.
definitely do it. But they
And
would
now,
have a
of
fit.
course, he will never entertain the idea. But when he becomes a teenager and a rebel,
Yeah.
Mason's teenage years are going to be incredible.
Oh my
going
gosh.
to be so chaotic.
I can't
Joe
wait.
never wants to babysit again. At the same time, he thinks these kids are awesome.
Hell
Joe
yeah.
just looking at Jesse like, Jesus Christ, you
How do
baby.
you do this?
How do you survive?
All right.
Yeah, if they get hurt, they get hurt. They'll figure it out.
Natural
man, but I
consequences,
feel-
you know.
Yeah, but I get that, but I feel bad when they get bit. It sucks.
Did you warn them?
Relatively.
Well, then there you go. You gave them all of the information. They came to their own conclusion.
Important lesson.
Exactly. See? Mel gets it.
I think all of your mistakes here is that you're willingly putting yourself in proximity of children.
I'm
You
dying.
got no one to blame but yourself for that sort of thing.
Exactly. Jillian gets it.
I'm going to die. You guys are so wonderful, and I have to close the episode.
Tell me
So
Joe keeps his
wonderful.
job.
Just keep the bus driving job.
I guess we found out when we get to this point in the timeline again.
Yeah, I can't tell you now. That would be spoilers.
Damn.
All right. But I can say, let's say goodbye, everybody, because, oh my god, again, this might be the best session we've done yet, and we've had so many really good sessions, so I've...
It's only going to get better from here.
Oh my god, I'm so excited! All right, bye, everybody!
Bye.
Bye.